As you can see from the image, Caledon is a gorgeous futuristic city set on an ocean planet with very little landmass. This, however, isn't too much of a problem because the population of Caledon really only numbers about 1 million, or 1 billion that live on the planet. Caledon, however, serves as a core hub for the Principality of Caledon as the commercial heart of Reaver's Deep. Extremely wealthy. As I've mentioned before, the Caledonian pound goes for about 2 to 2.5 imperial credits. Ships are always coming in and out. Merchants, military, uh, travelers giving trade, and other such things. The high port is situated high up in the atmosphere, in orbit, locked with the low port that is a long standing spire. There's currently work going on to build a space elevator that connect the two to reduce the need for shuttles and such from the high port to the low port. However, right now that's still in construction, so you'll often see dozens of little shuttles flying up to the high port from the low port and vice versa. Down in the low port, oh
Ugh.
no. Anna, you got some echo. You got any headphones or anything?
Yeah, let me
Yeah,
fix
plug
that.
those in.
She's on headphones. I think she was playing with her sensitivity.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to adjust it.
No worries.
That fixed it?
Nope.
Nope.
That's a little better. Whatever you're doing right now is good. Okay. So, down in the low port, the city of Selkirk stretches out, pictured above. Selkirk is a futuristic city with several skyscrapers belonging to various corporations that make up the heart of the Principality of Caledon. Major names that you'll see on many different planets in the polity. Mingling with the futuristic buildings and the flying vehicles around is many districts of historical buildings, old factories or shops and lodgings that uh, that kind of give a contrast to the futuristic backdrop of the city. Wheeled vehicles mingling with grav vehicles overhead. You can see shuttles and various air rafts flying overhead. We'll begin at the starport. Several of you have mentioned that you're around. Petreyovich, I believe he just came in, landed recently. Dazrand, your character Hamish was waiting outside the starport, correct?
Yes.
And Foon is in the starport in a tea shop called, what was it, Mint Gun or something like that?
Yes.
Yeah, the Mint Gun House, which is a little Aslan themed tea house that's kind of situated near the low port. In the low port, there's a lot of restaurants, shops, bars, a lot of commerce moving around, and it's fairly busy. Military and merchants and whatnot moving around. However, all is fairly peaceful. It's raining outside, storms pouring down. In the distance over the water, you can see purple clouds that shoot down lightning over the oceans. Doesn't really put a damper on movement, though. The city is as lively as ever, and all is calm. Petreyovich, you are stepping off of the out of your shuttle in the low port. Would anybody like to do anything here?
I would like to check his messages once again and see if anyone has actually replied.
I will tell Foon I am headed to the tea shop.
Okay.
So maybe send out a message to everyone where the tea shop
Right.
is, since I do have contact information.
Okay, so Petrovich, Hamish, and Laura, you all receive messages that you are going to be meeting up at the Mint Gun House in the low port of Selkirk.
Sounds good. I will head that way then, trying to stay out of the rain.
Yeah, Laura will begin the arduous walk across the city to get there.
And I will make my way from the starport to the tea shop.
Okay. The Mint Gun House is a little oriental type shop. Not too big, not too many patrons, but the tea is very good. All Caledonian beverages are pretty good. They specialize in it. Sort of makes up for their horribly bland food.
And the fact they won't let us slaughter it on site.
They don't even really serve meat.
Like I said, the fact that they won't let us slaughter it on site.
It's all run by humans, even though it's an Aslan themed shop.
When I get there, I will order some black chai tea and head over to join Foon.
Who is sitting pouting in the corner, still about the fact that he's been kicked out of his clan.
Anybody else going to join us?
Yeah, once I get there, I'll come in and see my two compatriots and head over and give a nice greeting as I look around the room to make sure there isn't any.
There are a few people, but they're mostly elderly folk enjoying a nice cup of tea and gossiping. Talking about celebrity fads, or apparently there's rumors of a grand assembly between the Grand Senate, let me pull up the list again. The Sovereign Prince Stuart VIII, the House of Lords, the House of Delegates, and the Grand Senate, to discuss some politics that they don't particularly care about. Everybody can arrive at the tea shop. This is the gathering and discussing part.
Laura arrives and sits down with everyone without a word of greeting or any kind of nod or notice. Just walking in, head buried in a small iPad looking like tablet, just interacting with things.
Okay.
So the management has come. Poon addresses Laura as the management.
Rain batters against the glass of the store. Activity is bustling outside.
I enter the tea shop and look around for LeBlanc or Foon.
Which you spot. They're sitting over by the window in the corner.
I greet Petrovich, right?
How do you say
Since
your
I'm
character's
here.
name, Andrew?
I'm going to go with Petrovich, unless there is some other correction to that.
Okay. Well, to give you some context, you are all gathered here because you were made aware of a job going around in Caledon. As you can reference the job board, need food, will smuggle job. That's the basic outline of the information that you were given. Whether you accept the job, go to the meeting place, that's all up to you.
once Petrovich comes in, I will greet him since I've never actually met him. Put out my hand and formally introduce myself. Hamish and Neri, at your service, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so my character's name is pronounced Petrovich.
Peyovic.
And on making eye contact with LeBlanc and Foon, I move over and sit down at the table. One thing the two of you would notice right away is he's got some new, pretty significant scarring around his left eye.
Hamish offered to shake your hand and introduce himself.
And I shake Hamish's hand. Petrovich. And you are?
Hey, Hamish and Neri.
I nod and seat myself.
I see time has changed you, friend. Addressing Petrovich. Petrovich? I'm gonna mispronounce this name terribly.
Andrew, you can unmute yourself, buddy.
Sorry, there's a lot of traffic going around.
It's fine. It's ambience.
actually-
Just go with it.
It's
Go ahead,
ambience.
That's the background. That's what it sounds like outside our area.
And
Yes,
said,
time has not been kind to me. That's why I'm here looking for a job.
Yeah, time does that to all of us. But I hear we have, like you said, sounds like we have an interesting possibility of a job. I believe our resident, we'll call him a diplomat for lack of a better term, Foon might be good to send to this meeting. From
We're all
reading it,
going.
can all, yeah, I said from reading it, actually, I believe we can all go.
I think the only one we'd have to be. Or, well, I don't think we ought to be cautious of anyone except for the fact that I am not in good standing with my clan. Might become obvious.
I don't think you have to fret that too much, Foon. I'm sure these are humans.
an old man brings out a tray of teacups, laying them out. It's this brownish swirling liquid that has little flakes of something in it. Smells good.
Who ordered this?
He smiles down at you. You asked for tea when you arrived, did you not?
Yes, chai, black chai.
Ah, sorry, I must have gotten the orders mixed up. Please accept this on the house then. And he lays the tray down on the table.
Ooh, awesome. I'll pour one for Foon. Anybody else want some?
For me,
I'll pour it for everybody.
That sounds good.
Even
4
the
cups.
electronic brain.
4 cups. We'll get some oil for Laura later.
I do not need tea, but the pouring is an appreciated gesture.
Cool. So I'll go borrow another cup for Laura.
Technically, Foon has a cup of tea already.
Mhm.
Now we've all got chai. Or whatever this is. Not chai.
Not chai.
So is everybody everybody's think this mission sounds good and we when are we supposed to set over to go check on it?
Whenever you'd like.
Do we want to have an actual plan before we do?
Okay, what's your plan?
Yes, my plans have not gone well recently, so
Hey, did you go to jail?
only by the grace of people looking the other way. I'll glance around to make sure there's not too many people close enough to hear, and then whisper down a little bit more. Does anyone find it odd that the munitions Mark Caldonia is getting involved?
That the what?
Yeah.
That the items being delivered, if they were found, would Mark Caldonia as getting involved?
You think it's a
Caledonia.
setup?
Caledon.
Caledon, sorry.
You think it is a setup?
Caledon produces lots of stuff. It's not going to make them say that the government's getting involved just because
Hmm.
the weapons are from Caledon.
Also, the job posting doesn't explicitly state that they're going to be
Oh.
marked as Caledon.
Right, they're going to be camouflaged.
Smuggling is disguised goods, so
Yeah.
it's mostly a disguise as a humanitarian effort.
Hmm. Well, we could actually do good.
To recap, the job asks you to go down. You have to take a highway across the ocean a little bit to reach a different island. This is where the palace, the embassies, and a lot of old historical districts are. Um, Outside of the Marlheim embassy, a couple blocks down, there's a rundown neighborhood. But when I say rundown, listen, these people are all wealthy, rich, and this is basically a paradise. So rundown means old, kind of dusty. Not too much crime in most places around the city. Not to say there isn't any. But Grazie's, a two-story restaurant and bar, is the marked meeting place for this job.
I mean, if we're up for this,
Yeah, I think we're all up for it. Foon thought we should have a plan before heading over.
Feel that we should have a plan and a leader.
hmm,
I believe that an important line of inquiry to cover before we arrive at this meeting is the means of transportation we wish to use to undergo this mission.
Well,
We
don't
have-
look at me for transport. I set a small travel bag on the table. This is the sum total of my possessions.
hmm,
Well, I believe they mentioned that they would provide.
they get us. We have to pick it up at a certain point and deliver it. We're going to have to lease a ship or something.
The job
Or-
offer does mention that there are
Yeah.
ideas to get you onto a merchant liner.
Yeah.
For those of you
Yeah.
that don't have a ship, which is all of you.
All of us.
I
Yeah,
have ship shares, but no ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, the job posting mentions possibility of smuggling the goods aboard a Caledon trade ship to Vincent.
Which,
Hmm.
all told, not that difficult. Couple of
No.
forms, whatnot. It is what it is.
Once
I know.
we're on, okay. Sorry, I'm bringing up the map, and
Hmm.
I'm looking for where Vincent is on the map.
Very southern part of Duncinae.
Hmm.
About 2 parsecs away from Ia.
Okay, the last one. Okay. So any ideas how we'd be able to get from Vincent to to Marheim?
No, you're not going to Marlheim. You're going
Oh,
2
We're gonna,
parsecs coreward towards Io, which is an independent system.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the real
Well,
question. Go ahead, Laura.
yeah, Laura will turn her iPad where it's now displaying like a number of like different blueprints and different like schematics. I have a number of ship shares, and I know Foon also contains or owns a number of ship shares. We could pull together to potentially purchase our own vessel.
I only have 2 ship shares. I do
And
not know
I
how
have,
many anyone else has.
we can
I,
finance.
I
we would have to
recommend
float.
talking to the patron before you go in on buying a
Yeah.
ship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then let's go talk to the patron, see if they have any ideas for getting the goods past Vincent. Maybe we'll be able to pick up a ship there, or they'll be able to refer us to somebody to talk to there about getting it the rest of the way.
I agree with Foon that we should appoint someone to be a point on this,
Mm,
and that certainly would not be me.
I believe our most diplomatic person is still Foon.
it's food, yes.
I am the most diplomatic person.
Really?
Yeah.
That's okay. I don't know if that says a lot about you or a lot about everybody else.
I guess as long as they do not offend me, I shall not have to kill them.
And I have absolutely no problem playing the part of hired muscle. Would not be the first time I played that role.
I thought Hamish also had diplomacy, or is I'm wrong? Oh, it was someone else. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a minimal corporate speak, basically.
Hamish, you've never left the planet, have you?
No, I haven't. So this is really exciting.
So Hamish is very excited. I'm trying to think.
So,
So I shall be doing the talking.
I
sounds like
believe so, yes.
And,
And if
Laura
if-
will handle the money then.
yes, we should. I've been around Foon a while. Foon does not understand money. So when it comes to money, or if we need logistic stuff looked up, be sure to talk to Laura. She's awesome at that.
I realize that money exists. You're doing better than last time.
Yes, I
You
can
know-
process multiple million calculations all at once. I can
That's
take care of
awesome.
it.
yes.
That will be useful.
So we have a plan. Shall we head over?
I think we head over, yeah. This will be interesting.
Hey, Ren, quick question. You're not
Mm-hmm.
trying to use a voice mod right now, are you?
No, I'm just
Okay.
I'm just
I remember
changing my
you
voice.
mentioning that one time. I just wanted to make sure because we're not hearing it if you were. All right.
Oh, probably just need to be closer to my mic.
No, we
No,
heard you.
we hear
just-
you. I'm saying I was asking if you were using that robot voice
Oh,
mod.
no,
I
no,
just
no,
wanted
no.
to make sure because we're not hearing it in case you were. I've had that happen before.
Gotcha.
All right. Public transportation is abound in this city. Buses, taxis. You could even take a shuttle
I
for a little
believe
bit
we
more.
will need a bus. At least a bus. There appears to be more than would fit in one taxi.
Yeah.
Plus, I have my things.
So it's quite a long drive over a long highway.
Hmm.
On either side, it's just endless ocean for an hour or two.
Hmm.
eventless. Eventually, you reach a large, round island that seems artificially terraformed to be perfectly round, with beaches on two ends. You can see in the center the large Caledonian Palace as a very large modern structure with spires reaching up on either end. The bus will drop you off not too far from here in a commercial area. You'll see many old historic shops, gift shops, restaurants, bars, the similar fare. Cars are moving around on large four-lane streets. Overhead, you'll see the occasional hover car and different vehicles. The population, it's pretty packed, but not too bad. You could have seen worse on other more congested planets. Everything here flows, moves along at a good pace. Down the street, you can see a couple of people, about 2 dozen, are standing out picketing and yelling and using megaphones at the Marlheim embassy. You can hear the noise from quite a while away. No reaction, the lights are off, but this huge mansion-looking structure with a iron gate outside is being picketed and protested.
Hmm.
It looks like a feud is in progress.
What are
That's-
they? What's
Yeah,
the what's the gist of their protest?
Just general disapproval of their actions lately. They seem to be skirmishing and causing problems for the independent systems between them and the Confederation of Duncinae, which is nothing new. Um, but lately it's kind of escalated to the point where it's starting to make daily news. Rumors and fear abound. There are even rumors on the streets, people gossiping that the Aslan Hierate would also engage in open warfare should Marlheim and Duncinae explode into a conflict that draws in the surrounding polities. This is mostly to eat up independent systems and inch their way closer and gather more territory. Which is I need to not say, like, needless to say, this would be horrific for everybody.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, we're not headed into the embassy. We're going to head over towards Grazy's, nice, quiet, unassuming, and dull bar and restaurant.
Yes, it is.
And Foon, don't forget when we order, you need to use the code phrase from the job posting.
One moment. Let me look that up again.
Hmm.
I shall not be able to say that name.
Ill farm.
You guys are just testing the name. So we have reached the bar,
Yes, this is,
correct?
as Todd said, unassuming doll on the street corner in a pretty old, rundown neighborhood. You can look inside the door window and you can see a couple of patrons sitting around. Not too much going on. It's pouring rain outside, and there's an old, kind-looking woman standing behind a breakfast counter.
Foon walks forward, gives his best intimidation of a human smile, which is more of an intimidation move than anything, and says, "I will have what a Thorin has," in a fairly large, booming voice.
You startle her. You walk in and say this very loudly, and she kind of like, huh? Oh. Of course. Yes, of course. And she reaches down, and you see her swipe something from under the table. I will have that ready for you when you get back from the restroom. And she slides a little
Wonderful.
card across the counter at you, and references to a little hallway that says bathrooms over the top.
I guess I feel the need to go before we sit down and eat too.
Hmm.
We are a herd, to go together.
No, I'll.
I really
take
hope
the
it's like a
card.
Waffle House that has like a single room to bathroom that we're all just like huddling into.
Huddle it.
Foon picks up the card, looks at it, doesn't decipher what it says, and hands it to Laura.
Mm.
It's a little swiping card key meant to unlock electronic locks.
Which is why I don't decipher what it says. Okay.
I know precisely what this is.
In the back
move.
hallway, there's, on the left there are 2 doors for the restrooms. On the right, however, in the back, there's a door to the right that has the electronic keypad on it.
Cool. Let's head.
I'll move so that everyone else can pass me. So I'm facing the actual restaurant and just kind of leaning up against the wall in case anyone tries to follow the group in.
We have a rear guard.
Regard.
Yeah, I'll also a small compartment in Laura's like lower back will open up, and a tiny little like hummingbird-sized drone that as soon as it like exits immediately gets covered in multi-chromatic stealthing material. Just goes invisible and hovers in the room as well, so I can have line of sight into the main diner area.
I didn't know you could do that.
I do have a tiny little drone. Her name's D-Dot.
Cool.
Well,
That's.
can we put fresh meat on her so I may pounce on it?
I knew we should have had breakfast first.
I could install a number of visual laser arrays.
Can't eat lasers.
No,
But you can chase them.
You can chase them.
I will have to think about this. I need to
Foon,
look at my dexterity.
Focus. Laura, focus.
Foon walks into the bathroom area after I assume that someone used the swipe card for it.
Right.
And I'll-
And
Laura will go as soon as like D-Dot is out, like hovering in a corner of the room, hidden. Laura will get up and
swipe
move
the
on
card.
over.
I
Yep.
believe the swipe card might be for that extra door, not for the bathroom.
Not for the bathroom.
Yeah.
If you swipe
a
the card and
bathroom
open the
pad?
door, there's a stairway going up, a set of iron stairs that reach up and then wrap around to the right, out of view.
Foon double checks that he has some of his minor weapons on him and proceeds forward.
I'll
Laura
follow-
will... Oh, you go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'll say Laura is going to use the wireless data link to quickly connect to, like, just kind of like quickly scan local networks, make sure that there's no concerning outgoing, make any like odd outgoing calls, anyone calling the police, anyone like trying to contact someone else.
Make an electronic sensors check. Or comms. Either one.
Absolutely. They're both the same. So let's see. That is a +2.
Personally, I'm hoping there is, because it means that they're actually doing something here.
Actually, sorry. That is.
Plus
I'm using
your
int.
or education modifier.
So it'd be +3, so 11 total.
Cool.
11 is.
Ren, as you're standing at the bottom of the stairwell, you reach out and start sensing for any outgoing communications, any radio waves, something. And you're picking up above you. There are communications going out, and you rolled well enough that it's encrypted. But just doing a base level, kind of scanning it over and identifying it, official Caledonian intelligence readings are being sent out. Some kind of encrypted intelligence link going out to some unidentified location.
But it's like official.
Yes.
I wonder who our client, our patron is.
Yeah, I'll just use internal transceiver to reach out to whichever of our party members have radio communicators on them.
Foon
I
and
do.
I both have the handless earplug things.
The com
Okay.
dots. Yeah.
Yeah, comm dots. Awesome. Yeah, I'll just use my internal transceiver, reach out. I've picked up on a few encrypted outgoing messages from official Caledonian space, so just be aware whoever we are about to talk to has access to high people.
So we should
Or-
treat this as a stealth mission.
Not sure what you mean.
Treat this as a
It's
non-shooting
smuggling.
mission until it becomes a shooting mission. We're not dealing with a simple thug or a smuggler even. Probably
No.
someone
You,
of
Laura.
Caledonian government.
Or they're being spied on by the government.
That could be the case as well.
Good job, Laura.
I will proceed at a much quieter and less abrupt manner, because I have been informed that it is now a stealth type of mission.
Question
So-
mark.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
all
not sure
right.
what I mean.
Are we
I don't
climbing
know
up
how
the
being-
stairs?
So Finn
Yep.
tries
Follow
to climb
along.
up the stairs without making much noise.
At the top, you can see there's a man waiting for you. Hanging around his side is a phaser, a type of stun pistol. As you step up, he takes a few steps back and extends his arm out to the side, gesturing you towards the middle of the room. And as you climb up, you can see as the rain clatters against the windows and pours down against the rooftops. There's a room with a desk square in the center of it, a lamp nearby, and a few couches on the walls, but that's about it. There's one door to the right of the desk that is closed and locked, and the observant of you would have noticed that there are no windows into this room. Sitting at the desk, surrounded by a few goons who are also wearing phasers at their waists, is a big, broad-shouldered, square-headed man. He kind of looks like a pit bull with a shaved head. He's got a large fur cloak wrapped around his shoulders, and he is eating some kind of brown, grayish Caledonian mush with a stein sitting next to him. And he looks up and says, come in, come in. You are interested in the job, I suppose? Good of you to find me. Come in.
Foon makes a small bow of his head but proceeds in, making sure to scan the room for anyone else besides the goons.
Nothing that you can see.
And I will follow Foon.
Mm-hmm.
And I position myself so I'm constantly bringing up the rear, so I'll be in the room, but as close to the door as the guards will allow.
And
They
I'll just
don't
be
they
in the
don't restrict you too much. There's one that is also standing by the door, but as you kind of stand by, he kind of like leans over to you like, "Sup?"
I proceed forward and say that you had a business proposition.
That's right. Tell me, how did a lot of you feel about Marlheim? He's eating
What?
the entire time, chewing and just being kind of gross.
Mm.
Well, we're all friends with an Aslan, if that gives you any idea.
I see that.
I smile.
Staunchly Caledonian, then. Well, the reason I ask, my friends, and he clatters his fork down on the plate for a second, wiping his mouth, is we've been hiring a few capable, skilled folk willing to do a risky job. Are you capable?
Of what?
Being discreet, getting the job done? Got any skills flying ships or anything like that? Shooting? Explosives? What can you do? Tell me.
We can do it all.
We have pilots, we have drivers, we have fighters, and we have intelligence. What did you need?
He kind of eyes Laura for a moment. Fine robot you got there.
Did you have something else for us?
Hmm?
I'm ignoring the comment.
Oh,
He
right.
just goes,
Well, here's the plan. Down on Ia, in Ia subsector, we've got a friend, Captain Digby. We've got our hands on a lot of high-grade stuff. You know, the things that you can't really find down there in that neck of the woods. 2 pallets of it. Large enough to supply a pretty moderate effort. We've been sending a few crews down there, trying to get as much down there as we can. Those bastard Marlheim dogs, well, they need to be put in their place, and if the Caledonian government's not going to do it, we will. That's the kind of people we are. So, that said, we've got a forged shipping list here. And he reaches down and pulls out a data slate, kind of pushing across the desk towards you. It's a shipping forum with all sorts of the goods that are actually being delivered. And you can see that there's, munitions, high-end medicines, some kinds of combat drugs, a lot of good stuff in there.
I take the sheet, look at it, hand it to Laura, and pretend that I am prompting her and just say, analyze.
My sensors detected that was slightly degrading.
I was trying to do it to make sure that he takes less interest in you and thinks you are a thing.
well.
I'm not going to
Well,
say that out loud.
Laura will make the counter comment through internal transceiver. So, but Laura will take it and read over it and quickly transfer all of that information into a digital space on her iPad.
We'll have the goods in a truck near the starport in Selkirk. You'll unload it, get it through customs, get it on the ship. This one, the Maddie, is the ship you'll be on. You'll be taking you down to Duncinae, stopping there for supplies, doing whatever the hell they're unloading there. And then you'll be down to Vincent. From there, you're going to have to find a way to get it to Ia yourselves.
So you are providing us with the ship?
I'm providing you with transport to Vincent. Although, you see, we actually did let the last group take a ship, an old scout ship called the Strange Journey. Problem is, we heard that they never arrived, and we've lost all contact. So, no, we're not going to be giving you a ship. You are going to be flying with everybody else. But, if you do manage to find out what happened to the Strange Journey, please come back and tell us. We'll even give you a finder's fee.
What would that be?
Nah. 50,000.
Coon shrugs.
Does the cargo list include a total tonnage of goods?
Not that the GM is aware of. It's a lot. It's a good amount. It's like 2 pallets worth. Pretty large pallets that you would drag around, bulky, unwieldy.
Okay, maybe 2 tons.
It sounds like 2 tons.
Something like that.
Once Laura's done with the list, I'll give it a perusal and look at the medicinal items they're shipping.
components, like I said. There's high-grade Caledonian munitions, high-grade Caledonian medicine, some, typical combat drugs that you might not find in the backwater planets.
Mhm. As soon as Laura has transferred it all digitally, I'll send a copy to anyone who has a personal communications device.
Oh, perfect. That'll do it.
Pardon me, sir, but where did you lose track of the strange journey?
We sent them off about 2 or 3 months ago.
Sent
We've
them
got
off to the
runners.
same location.
Well, like I said, they're going to be following the same path that you guys are going to be doing, which is Duncinae, then Vincent, then Ia. Somewhere along there. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
You don't change up your routes?
Well, it's either that or taking you through the independent systems, like Brighton, Dunmarrow. More trouble than it's worth, to say the least. The Confederation of Duncinae might be old pirates, but at least we can trust them.
Food nods. Scans his fellows and asks if there's anything else about the job they should know.
No, that should be it. To recap it for you, pick up the goods at the low port, get it onto the ship, the merchant line of the Maddie. You'll be stopping over at Duncinae for a couple of days. From there, you'll be traveling to Vincent, unload the goods, get it to Ia, deliver it to a Captain Digby. Along the way, if you happen to find out what happened to the strange journey, it's a scout ship, let us know.
If we find it, can we keep it?
No. Bring it back for me, though. I'll have a reward for you if you do.
Yes, you said
Yeah.
5,000.
50,000.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
I said, Foon is not good with money.
Bonus. Yeah.
This job in total, deliver the goods, come back, 600,000 credits. But it goes wrong. Marlheim picks you up. Somebody else picks you up. You've never heard of us. Hell, you've never even been to Caledon before. And if you, for some reason, betray our trust, don't come back.
Do check the news, right?
Of course.
Okay.
Laura will kind of go into like calculation mode and come out for a second and just look down at the man giving us this job. My calculations say that there is a 23.385% chance of mission failure given our current state of equipment. If we were to be paid a small portion, maybe 15-20% up front, we'd be able to acquire new equipment that would make this job 75% more successful. Which are all completely fucking fabricated numbers.
Yeah.
What she said.
Well, I'm a robot, so obviously you got the truth.
What do you want to roll?
Hmm.
Maybe persuasion, carouse. Probably persuasion.
God, can I roll explosives?
That's when it goes wrong.
Would Streetwise work here?
I'll allow it. Streetwise charm. Well, it doesn't
God.
make any sense, but yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Yo.
I can do that. Yo, I'm a robot.
Coming at you.
I'm just trying to think like. I was seeing if there's anything more applicable, but it works. It works. I think anything else I would use would have the same modifier either way.
Ooh.
Woo! 13 total.
Wow.
Right, with
He
nice
grimaces
modifier
at
there.
you, like he's been eating, and then as you say this, his like jaw stops, and he looks up at you. You want front then? Yeah, I can see you spending a pretty penny on this trip. He reaches down and he pulls out, it looks like a little gun magazine, silverish, but he taps a few buttons on it and he slides it across to you. You want a forward? Here, 100,000 credits to get you on your way. But I am
Laura
expecting you back.
Let Laura handle this part.
Foon nods and hands it to Laura.
Okay, Laura will immediately wire transfer 20,000 credits to each other party member. I'll hold off on Foon in case Foon doesn't want to handle the money, but if Foon wants it, Laura will willingly give it.
Foon assumes that Laura is handling all of his money for him.
Okay.
Use that robot for a lot, eh?
Well,
Yeah.
we have no women in our group.
Oh, of course.
Like Laura has a gender designation. It's just a robot.
The guy is like, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
I'm sorry.
In case, for those of y'all unfamiliar with Aslan, the women run all the corporations and handle all the money.
Yes.
Which took got like a second, and then he was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I'll just immediately I'll hang on to Foon's
Thanks.
20K, but I'll immediately wire transfer 20K to everyone else.
Okay.
So, any questions?
Are there any contact codes or other information we need to locate Captain Digby, or just look him up
A
when we get there?
description of Captain Digby.
You should be able to land in a friendly territory, which is the side opposite of Marline. Ask around. He's a pretty big figure down there. They'll point you in the right spot.
Thank you.
I'll ask real quickly. If you don't mind providing me communication details, I can keep you updated on our journey.
How are you going to do that?
I am.
You don't need to know that.
Well, I can do that.
You don't need to know how we can do that.
That's beyond the tech in the traveler world.
Right. Communications travels as fast as you do.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I could send snail mail back.
You could. Well, that's fine. Yeah.
We want to litter our way with breadcrumbs for you, in case you misplace things again.
Just send it here. Grazies.
Crazy.
Understood. As soon as 100%, Laura, like as soon as we step on that ship, Laura is going to preemptively like send a delayed message. Oh, we arrived in Ia. Regardless of where we are. We're doing it, guys.
Laura is gonna lie. Wonderful.
Laura has no moral quandaries.
Opening defining character moment, lying to the first patron you get.
That was something I had to decide about Laura. Laura is a robot and has no morality. It is
My
purely
sensors
numbers.
indicate that this is bullshit.
Yeah, if something is beneficial on a statistical level, Laura will do it.
Like handling the money. Okay.
My analytic sensors indicate that this is highly improbable, and my bullshit meter agrees.
My sensors pick up that you are complete bullshit.
Wait, I did not see the bullshit meter in the catalog.
Oh, it's actually in the robot handbook. It's
You're
it's
born with
robot
it.
specific.
Oh dear.
Exactly.
Food gives a nice, polite smile and bow and goes, "Are we done then?"
Aye, we're done. The truck will be waiting for you.
Thank you.
Be there at noon tomorrow.
Do you know of a good hotel for us to stay until then?
Plenty. There's some on the street, if you don't mind a little bit of a dusty smell. Or you could just go back to the damn starport. Damn rich folk.
Or you could provide us housing.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was your mother.
Well, you don't look like her. Don't worry.
Whiskers. Yeah. If that'll be all, I'm eating.
We noticed.
He
Thank you
gives
for
a big
your
grin.
existence.
You are welcome. And he actually gives a hearty laugh to this. And, you know, the goons around all laugh as well.
Okay. I lead us out.
Remember, betray us and your dead men walking on Caladon.
I give a small nod and continue forward.
Oh.
Traffic moves out on the street as rain kind of gently pours down. It's lightening up a little bit. The old woman, if you come back down to the first floor, has actually laid out a couple of plates of Caledonian goop for you.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very different kind of Caledonian goop. This one's a little bit more solid, a little less gray, a little bit more brown, and has a little bit of salt on it.
Ooh, fresh goop.
It appears we have food. I motion that everyone should sit.
Laura is going to start scouring her iPad's database. I'm gonna start looking for a few things that are on Laura's shopping list.
We're doing 15 minutes of this max. We're moving on in 15 minutes. Any gear you want to pick up? This is a high TL level world. Pretty much everything will be available. Hamish has at least lived here for his whole life, so finding things shouldn't be too difficult. Nothing crazy. But let me know.
And we might want to be sure to save enough for hefty fees, cargo
Or
fees.
Yep.
Yeah, I can do that. If you don't care, Faust, I can just send you the list of things and then their costs and like a total, and you can move on with other roleplay and stuff.
Yeah, can you send it to me just real quick so we can look it over? There are things I might tell you, probably aren't able to pick up here, or I might make you roll for them.
If anybody else has any shopping, specifically Faust, because I'm in control, or not Faust, Foon, because I'm in control of your funds. If you have anything you need, let me know.
Yep, everybody spend 5-10 minutes looking through, try to compile any kind of gear you might want. We'll spend 5 minutes doing rolls or buying or whatever we need to do.
I think the problem is most of the gear I wanted was even more expensive. It was like a vac suit or something.
A lot of ships have vac suits. Carrying one around is kind of bulky too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever ship you're on, I mean, if you wanted a vac suit to like take off planet or off ship, that's one thing. But there's always a ship's locker that has basic things like pistols and pistol ammo and vac suits.
Do I need some EM grenades? I have my grenade launcher. So if you see some cool grenades, I wouldn't mind you picking up a few.
Okay.
And things of 8. You should also know what I already have, possibly.
He promises not to use them anywhere close to you.
Keep in mind the different areas, different cities, planets. You're going to be limited in what you can bring. That's why I recommended making loadouts for, like, we're on a high law level planet. I'm going to wear this. Or, we're going into an active combat situation. I'm going to have this. separating it out of your gear and doing it like that is a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, right now, Treyevich is going to be looking at some very basic tools here. A set of brass knuckles, a couple of stealth daggers, a stunner, and a comms unit, preferably with a comm dot.
Those are all pretty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those are all pretty common things. You can pick those up at market price.
It would be easier to pick up heavier gear on site in most places.
Mm.
Correct. And if you can't bring something in, you might have to buy it while you're in there.
Mm.
Well, I figure with his streetwise level, he's pretty familiar with doing that.
Yeah.
I kind of think smuggling in our personal gear along with 2 tons of ammo should be relatively simple.
Mm.
Yeah. Considering we're smuggling in the other stuff, shouldn't they smuggle it all?
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, typically this is going to be not a difficult thing getting the goods on, bringing your gear. It's
Right.
all kind of prearranged for you.
Hmm. Yeah, getting out of here is probably going to be the easy part. Landing somewhere will be the other issue.
Landing. I'm not sure that I should be doing the piloting if we're expecting that.
Oh. All right. All of my stuff is like robotics stuff. So I don't know how hard it is to find someone who's adept in robotics on Caledon.
Isn't.
Not too
I
hard.
am. Yeah, I know some.
Yeah, Hamish
I
can
mean-
set you up.
I mean, I'm adept in robotics too, but I need a fixer. I need a source for some of this kind of stuff.
Mm.
What does the PRIS sensor do?
A PRIS sensor has. Let me go and just read it base so I'm not messing anything up. A PRIS sensor is either a supplement or replacement to visual spectrum. It includes infrared, UV, and has the functionality of a Geiger counter.
Yeah, Hamish could introduce you. I'm fine with everything.
Okay, awesome. I'll make my purchase. Ching.
And can I lay my hands on a tech level 12 med kit?
Yes.
Good. I'll place that sucker out. Beyond that,
This is a very wealthy place. If you guys focused your adventures around here, you'd probably make a good amount of change if you ever went over to Imperial space. Like, there's a 3% tax for using Imperial credits on this planet on everything. We're going to kind of hand wave that for this session, but I'll think about applying that more next time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, spending any amount of time in the city it's fairly safe, fairly clean. You can pretty much pick up what you need here.
Alright.
I'm going to grab, if it's all right, tech level 9 combined light intensifying IR goggles, 1250.
Okay. I figure Hamish really is the guy to be talking to right now. It's like,
Yeah.
Laura's like, can I get, a PRIS sensor and a hologram display? Like, oh yeah, we can get that installed on a robot, no problem. Tyler's like,
Yeah,
I want infrared goggles. Yeah, we can probably do that.
Okay. That's over in this part of town. Of course, at the point of all this, I'm starting to go, you guys think we'll actually need those, though? I mean,
Shop smart, shop S-smart.
So that's 370.
Well, you already did gear.
Well, we did starting gear, but this is unlimited by
Yeah.
starting rule funds.
Um,
Trying to get rid of the rest of my liquid.
mm,
Alrighty.
Right, so I'm assuming that getting a tech level 12 stunner is not an issue.
Nope. Stunners are pretty
Okay.
common.
mm,
Stunners and phasers are both fairly common. Phasers are more heavy duty.
mm.
You put phasers in the or out of character in the channel, I believe.
It's in the
Yeah,
pins.
it's in the channel. Yeah.
Beginning.
Okay.
Oh, let's see.
So for the 2 daggers, steel-toed boots, brass knuckles.
Do we need anything to get through customs? Or are we just bribing our way through?
You were provided the fake forum list and basically tickets. You
Oh.
are expected
Yeah.
as, mid-class normal passengers on a quote-unquote humanitarian mission to, Duncinae and all that.
Great.
Laura will very quickly let everybody know. I just had this new fabrication chamber installed. If there's any equipment that you need that I have the materials to print, I can do that for you.
Fantastic.
So Laura has a 3D printer. If you need to.
So would Laura be able to do the adjustments that I need done to all my spacesuits?
Yeah. I don't know what the adjustments are.
Claw ports and
I mean, there's a size limit to this, right?
It can print simple electronics up to TL8 and 3 liters in volume.
Yeah, that's electronic. So, I mean, printing out a whole vac suit with claw ports, probably not Anna.
Yeah, not a full vac suit, but I could I guess I could print the gloves of a vac suit to replace it with that had claw ports, but
yeah, I was just more talking about the claw port part,
Yeah.
not them printing the vac suit.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
for this one, but it is
Yeah.
for future reference.
But if you need ammo, a gun, a particular weapon attachment, all of that stuff is within doable.
Okay.
I believe
Yeah, we got a 3-minute warning until we carry on.
I don't know if Todd had anything they needed for their guns.
Nope.
Those
I got the goggles. That was it.
Okay. I'm not planning on getting anything. Or roll with what I had.
Same for me outside that. I picked up a magazine. That's about it.
Oh, I'll pick up a gun real quick.
Yeah, the only thing I was thinking was the EM, at least one EM grenade, but
I can do that. Yeah. I'm gonna pick up a simple revolver with a silencer as well. And an EM grenade.
And there comes the Amazon Prime truck with it for you.
Yes, Lara's ordering all this frantically online. Drone delivery.
I love that. At least we can make it fit.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't know about space trucks though.
It's the ventilation system.
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
needs work.
it's the engines. Why does our jump drive sound like a Kia?
I drive a Kia. Don't
Me
hate
too.
on Kias. These are great.
No, I drive a Kia. I like Kias.
I'm just waiting for our
Or-
dog to be next to one of us and start snoring in the middle of it.
Mm.
He's loud.
That's 50.
So it looks like Laura Petrievich's order is gonna cost right around 1,000 credits.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay. 1 minute warning.
Is Laura spending the money for everyone else?
Do I assumed everyone was using your own money.
We'll hope.
Oh no,
I can-
Petrievich would actually come to you and say,
Laura.
I used up the last of my funds to get here. So if I can
We
have
each got
1,000.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
each
wired
got
out 20K to
20K
everybody.
transferred.
Yeah,
okay.
we got paid 100K up front.
20K.
Everyone got 20K except for Food, who didn't. Doesn't want to handle
on.
it.
Boone doesn't want to handle the money. It is not the job of a male in his culture.
50K, 5K, it's all the same.
Mm.
It's about how many hoof beasts that actually pays for is all that matters.
All right, we're moving on. So, the day passes. You all spend your time bothering Hamish to hook you up with robotics gear and equipment. Ren gets a lot of new parts installed, and you all go about preparing for the job. By the time the next day rolls around, you were told that you were like a specific alley near the low port in Selkirk. There will be a truck waiting for you. They'll be expecting you. Knock on it, open it up, get the goods, and head in.
Sounds good. I assume we'll set up all of our comms so we can talk to each other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's do this. Ooh. I've never been in the starport before.
What is an appropriate skill for smuggling?
Well, in this instance, I mean, it depends. First, you got to pick up the goods. So I assume you all do that. You go to the truck and open it up. The goods are in, as described, two very large pallets that are able to be dragged. Not too not too heavy, but it's unwieldy to drag around and just difficult to move. Heading into the low port, you kind of have to pass through customs, and you know, as you approach, moving through, getting scanned and everything, taking your goods onto the ship is what it is. One man, the Caledonian official, you know, he comes in, asks you questions, looks at your shipping forum, names and purposes for travel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
He asks you. He's basically asking you.
Oh, yes. Oh, okay. Are we letting Foon talk or not?
I muted myself. Sorry. That was useful.
Well, seeing the trouble that Boone got us into at the restaurant, Petrievich is gonna step forward a little bit more and hand over his ID papers and say, we are escorting this cargo. Did I hear you correctly earlier, Faust, that we have a list of what's actually in here, and then we have a faked manifest?
Correct. You have a
Mhm.
you have a document that you can give to this guy. He probably already has it when you check in the equipment. Right now, you guys are basically just being asked questions as you move through. Your identities are being checked.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And on the
I
faked manifest, what is the destination planet? Does that say Ia or does that say Vincent?
Vincent.
Okay, so when I hand over my ID papers, then I say we are escorting this cargo to Vincent.
Right.
question: Am I going through customs as being checked as a person or as property?
Mm.
Property.
Perfect.
Ooh.
That's exactly what I want. I'm just a little robot.
I'm
Yep.
going to pretend that it is my robot.
Yep, I'm okay with that. Absolutely. Um, while everyone's getting checked in, I will just be like, Laura is pretty much at any given time is like idling is just using her iPad. She's an iPad kid. Um, and I want to connect to the database and see if I can't, without intrusion. I want to see if there's any like surface level documentation or manifests as to the the something journey.
Strange journey.
Strange
Mhm.
journey. That's what it was. Yeah, forgot to write it down. But I just want to see if there's any surface level documentation on the strange journey.
Yeah. Um, make a education computers check.
Certainly do that.
And that's a plus like 15. Sorry.
It is a mild +4 to this check.
Really?
Just
It
a
is
mild +4.
mild +4.
I like that.
Hey, this is computers. This is what my character does, guys.
So when it messes up, it really messes up, right?
Yeah.
13 total.
A casual 13.
Mm.
So,
Casual.
while
Wow.
everybody else is dealing with like, the patron and talking and everything, you've just been sent like reading scans, picking up communications, just
Mhm.
constantly always on the listen for things. Moving into the starport, you reach out and connect, which you're a scary damn robot, Laura. Um,
Yeah.
it's blocked obviously, but it doesn't take you very long to just move around the surface level, blockers and access the database. The Strange Journey, it used to be a old CRN scout ship, the Caledonian Royal Navy. Um, Many years ago, it's fairly old at this point. It was decommissioned, and then it kind of just disappears. All records of it kind of just stop. You don't know if that's maybe they just stopped documenting it, but it
Okay.
was decommissioned a while ago.
Decommissioned a while ago.
A while ago? There
Like years ago, from the
Years ago.
Caledonian Royal Navy.
Oh, it was like a Navy vessel that got
Mm.
decommissioned. Okay.
Yeah, like the equivalent of the Caledonian Scouts belong to them, the CRN.
Oh, this probably wouldn't be information that a starport had. I'll look for any like title transfers between people. But I doubt that's like a star that has probably is like owned by the government.
No,
Starport.
all the official logs that you're looking at, it's a history storied scout ship that was in service for many years, got decommissioned a few years ago, and then it just kind of drops off the face of the planet.
Oh. So there's no manifest from this starport of it leaving however long ago?
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
Delightful.
It basically reads as ship was decommissioned, blank.
Fell off the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Moving through customs is, like I said, fairly easy. Everything's been arranged for you. You are air rafted up to the Maddie, a merchant liner. The upper starport, you can see the sea of stars reaching around, the blue marble that is Caledon below you. High port's fairly busy, a lot more military presence up here. There's a separate Navy base that's somewhere far off in the distance.
Bye, water world. Bye, water world.
Farewell.
And Hamish will be looking at whatever windows available, just in trance that he's leaving planet.
And Food really likes the world because he likes tea, and they have good. He is slightly sad. His favorite planet to visit.
The air raft lands on the high port. Like I said, very busy, merchants, military, very tense atmosphere actually, with all the military standing around. Seems a little bit unusual. However, business proceeds as usual, and the Maddie is stationed somewhere around here, unloading various cargoes. You can see as you're walking past, maybe there's a large glass window that opens up to the side of the Maddie, fairly big merchant liner with 3 decks. And you can see various drones and ships piling in cargo and unloading everything.
Okay.
Food makes sure to walk next to Laura and pretend that they're. I don't know. He's directing her.
Yeah, I'll follow like behind Foon and to the right a little bit, like I'm like a servant would follow somebody.
And Food smiles and nods at everyone.
Mm.
And is charming and debonair, waving.
Yeah, let's get this stuff on.
Yep. You're not the only Aslan around, but there's like 1 or 2.
Okay.
A fairly rare sight. So, on board the Maddie, there are 3 decks. The central deck has engineering, captain's quarters, crew quarters. The third deck has, or the upper deck has, a long hallway, which on one end is the double doors that lead into the bridge. On the far end is a living kind of quarters, like a common space. And between that is a row of doors with various staterooms. The lower deck is cargo and the thrusters. You're welcomed on board. The crew is all kind of standing in a line, welcoming on passengers like yourself. You're not the only ones. There's, 12 or 13 other mid-level passengers coming with you. It's old. It's kind of worn down on the inside. Not a lot of luxurious features, and the staterooms are pretty basic. But there's video games. Lots of video games. There's a library. Video games, the common area, like I said, and video games. That's pretty much what there's to do on the ship. But
Laura's gonna make sure that there is a outlet that she can plug into to charge.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there probably is in your state.
Oh yeah, I'll also like mention to mechanics, hey, there might be like, occasional, high volume power withdrawal for my recharge.
Yeah. The crew of Maddie all greet you. Captain Flynn Kennett, he's fairly young, clean cut, surprisingly young for a captain, but very professional and kind and welcoming to you. The rest of them, they all seem to be ex-Navy or former employees of merchant liners, kind of brought onto an older ship for kind of a more personal gain kind of thing.
Mm.
You know, the medical officer will introduce you as Jason, and he's just a young college kid gaining experience as a shipboard medic. Various crew. They show you around. They bring you into the staterooms, tell you when uh, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is. You all eat at a group round table in the common area, or you could take it back to your stateroom if you'd like.
Great.
Foon sniffs, looks at the food, and tries to make sure that it's like.
I don't think we have food quite yet.
No. Well, Hamish will get on the ship, and once the cargo's stored, just go from one end to the other where he can, because this is just huge.
Yeah, you're not allowed in the cargo bay or the engineering without any kind of escort or permission.
Okay.
Foon
So they.
goes and tries to see if he can befriend the captain and other people to see if he can get them access to more areas.
Okay.
And
I'm
I
gonna
will
talk to the
do it.
captain.
Yeah. Just see. I would
I'll
No,
just-
be
persuade and then charisma, correct? So
Well, let's talk about it. He's in the bridge.
I'll-
After greeting you all, he heads to the bridge and starts handling communications and preparing for takeoff.
I was gonna try to talk to him before.
Oh, like as he's greeting you?
Yeah, after during that time period.
Okay, Ren, were you saying something?
I would say I'm just tagging along like the good little piece of property I am.
Cool. Yeah, Flynn. He's a strong-jawed young man. He's got a glint in his eye, and he seems fairly promising. He greets you in a professional manner as you approach, kind of looking up at you, Foon. Hi.
Hi. I wonder if it would be possible for us to have more extensive access. The ship seems very interesting.
You'd like a tour?
Yes.
Of course. Absolutely. Any other passenger would like a tour of the engineering or
yes.
or cargo districts, please follow along.
Oh yes,
Cool.
definitely.
Let's check it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you and a couple of other passengers, they all are kind of herded through. He guides you through the first deck. He points out where the crew lives, their common area and the kitchens. You meet the chef, kind young man. Everybody, a lot of not interns, but people that are gaining experience, not part of the military, can kind of come here and sign on to work on these jobs. In the back is the engineering, which is fairly loud. A young girl in overalls kind of steps out and gives you a tour, introduces the jump drive, explains how jumping works. Fairly long and agonizing, and kind of makes you lose your will to live after about 20 minutes. But if you can recover your will to live, she'll also explain the maneuver drive and the reactors, which will surely finish you off. Once that's concluded, the captain will guide you all down a cargo elevator to the cargo hold. Very large, spacious, and high-ceilinged, rows and rows of crate cargo containers, various goods, barrels. All seems pretty standard and clustered together. People are still loading things on. You can see floating drones kind of connecting or coming in and out of a bay that opens up to an airlock that heads out. Just loading your goods on board. The observant of you might be able to spot a drone bringing in your goods and lining them up against the wall to the far side away from the cargo elevator.
Do we need to roll and see if we are observant?
No, use your best judgment.
Does our cargo like are there like manifest numbers, so like each box has a particular number and then like that number correlates to the actual like shipping manifest, like this
Yeah.
box number contains this, type
Yeah.
of shit in it. Okay.
Yep.
We're actually organized felons. Wonderful. Okay.
I'll just quickly mention, Captain Kennett, would it be permissible if I could come into the cargo area beyond this tour? Our cargo contains a number of very sensitive electronics that I would like to perform calibrations and do checkups on throughout our journey.
You stun him with this question. He kind of like stares at you for a minute, and he looks up at Foon. Your robot has an interest in our cargo?
My robot maintains some cargo.
He kind of looks back at you. Once we're on our flight path, access to the cargo bay will be forbidden. However, if you come to me and ask for a escort, we can come down here. However, I ask that you please grab whatever you need now, so we can avoid that situation. You understand it's just a risk.
Yes.
Understood.
Thank you.
While
with that-
all of this is going on, just so you're aware, Petreevich is going to be in the common area and starting to keep an eye on how many other passengers there are, and using carouse to socialize and start making friends. Just greeting people, listening to their stories, that kind of thing.
Yeah, gotcha. So, yeah, you make a carouse check. It's charm.
Let's see. That's one. Okay, so it's going to be +2.
So not a lot of people want to talk to you, man. You're a little scary, and these people, they're kind of just trying to mind their own business. A lot of them that are not on this tour, kind of go into the staterooms. However, there is, one young man who's got a bag slung over his shoulder. He's got long black hair and sharp features. He's sitting in the common area with you, and he just his body language and everything, he's just slumped in his chair, and he looks like he's got a lot of weight on his shoulders. If you talk to him, he's like, huh? Hi. Just traveling. Just moving on. Armand. Nice to meet you.
Petreevich, nice to meet you. If you ever feel like talking, I'll be around.
He smiles weakly at you, and then kind of turns back and minds his own business again. Okay. The captain, over time, he'll come on the intercom and says, "Ladies and gentlemen aboard the Maddie, thank you for flying with me. I am Captain Flynn Kennett. Please bring any concerns to the crew. We will be departing from Caledon Highport in 20 minutes. Departing from Caledon Highport in 20 minutes. We will be flying straight through to Duncinae. We will spend about 3 or 4 days on the planet. And then we'll be carrying on to Vincent, which will be our final stop before we turn around. Please make yourselves comfortable."
Okay.
Is there anything anybody would like to do before we carry on?
Oh, I'm good.
But I
I'll,
wanted to try to persuade the captain, but I think I'm going to leave it.
Gotta butter him up. Wait until we're kind of at like cruising, cruising area, and then we, while he's not stressed
I'm not
out,
sure
we
why
go.
we need to access the goods during the flight, but okay.
Oh, Laura is very interested in what is actually in those boxes.
Why didn't you look at it before we got on the ship?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I could have.
You could have. It's too late now.
Complication makes things more interesting. Shut up.
Mm.
All right. So let's carry on then. The Maddie departs from the high port. Hamish, you are on a spaceship flying in space, leaving the planet.
And
There are
about to freaking go insane, yeah.
Yeah, there's a viewport in the third deck common area that looks backwards from the ship, and you can actually watch as the little blue ball that is Caledon is left behind.
And I'll just be glued there until we're, you can't see anything.
Boone will be practicing his epically bad poetry. He's decided that's going to be his next career when he finally comes back in clan.
Let me double check with the map to make sure that I know how long this jump's gonna take. At jump 3, that's 4 weeks.
Ooh.
1 month. With 1 month and like a week because of, pulling over periodically at different places to refuel when you can.
Okay.
So, the way education works is you spend this time dedicating yourself to learning something. Typically, if you have nothing better to do, like you do right now, if you're not playing video games, you can say, I put 4 weeks of education towards some no skill or level 0 skill or higher. But once you accumulate 8 weeks of this, you roll an education check, and if you succeed, you learn it. You gain a point in whatever you're doing. And this increases, this is all in the book, but just be aware that if there's a skill you want to be practicing at this time, you have 4 weeks towards it.
Is there a way to... Okay, I was going to do it for character development on epically bad poetry, but is there a way to do it so I'd be increasing, like, dexterity or something?
There is. We'll have to look later, because I don't remember that part of the book. I just know it exists.
I'll just do epically bad poetry right now.
Cool.
Does anybody else have medic in this group?
I do. And
Okay.
you have to have 0 in it already to study it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you do?
Why does it say that?
Yeah.
I thought that's what you said.
Nope, I didn't say that.
Okay.
You can
Never
learn an
mind then.
untrained skill by learning it.
But I have medic 1,
Okay.
and I have a med kit.
We
Right.
probably should have people studying things like astrogation and those things. Should I try to persuade the pilot or the person to train one of you in astrogation? Because I have a pretty good charm and charisma score for persuasion. I don't know if that would speed things up or not.
Does anyone have the broker skill?
Laura might. Yeah, Laura has broker 0.
Laura does that.
To answer your question, Foon, no, it wouldn't.
Drat.
Okay. I'm putting my 4 weeks toward
It's still a good idea.
broker then.
Hmm.
And as far as I understand, and I'm not sure how you're doing this, Faust, but basically you can train on almost anything if you've got either the database or the space if you're talking about a physical skill.
You've got a ship's library, you've got crew members that might be able to teach you. Pick a skill. Typically one that's not explosives or some shit like that.
Explosives.
I mean, it could be explosives, but bruh.
I'll study astrogation since I don't think we have anybody that knows that.
Yeah, we have aspiration and navigation, I think, also need to be studied.
Yeah, navigation is like planet side moving.
Yeah, it's a planet.
I'm just saying that I don't think anyone has either of those.
True.
Nope.
So basically what I do, Most is over the course of the next 4 weeks, I do some online studying, and I also talk with the ship's purser when they have some time, just letting them know that I'm interested in learning about how the deal making side of things goes, and showing them what I'm reading, and kind of getting a double check
Okay.
from them when they have time. Hey, does
Yeah.
this make sense to you? Is this how this works? That type of thing.
That's fine with me. The crew is all, at least on the off shifts, they're all pretty accommodating. There's not much else to do.
Mm.
While they're working, they're a little short with you, but that's to be expected. They're spacers.
Oh yeah, and if they're on duty, I don't bother them.
Mm-hmm. That's fine with me. But anybody, the option you could also use, and maybe one of the crew will suggest this to you, is that you're free to use the library on the ship to look at the planet you're about to visit. Learn some information. Look up whatever you want.
That
Yeah.
is an excellent point.
I'm gonna Laura during this month will like wander back occasionally to the back towards the engine room and trains a little bit in engineer.
Okay. Yeah, with the captain's permission, you can work with that girl from before and a couple of the other crewmates, learning about the engineering aboard the Maddie. That's fine with me.
I feel like I should
I
choose
will-
an actually useful skill.
Nah.
No, because if it makes your journals entries a little bit more readable, please take that. Please spend 4 weeks, 8 hours a day practicing your poetry.
The epically
I
bad
take it
poetry
you
is
are the
awesome.
only one who's read them.
Oh yeah, probably.
And Todd.
But I'm gonna read everything. I'm extremely active to insane degrees.
Okay, well.
Anyway,
I
great.
thought
I will
they were cute.
I will study up on both Duncinae and Vincent. Look those up while
Sounds
we're
good. All
And
right.
we should study up on
in.
A too, our final destination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I figured the ship would have more information out to Vincent. I'm not sure if
Yeah.
it goes to A.
So, Duncinae. Duncinae is a former pirate empire. This was mostly made up of refugees and criminals from Caledon during the Atharan War many years ago. They fled down, and it used to be a very brutal, lawless place. Pretty nasty part of space, kind of taken up after the Reavers of old. But nowadays, with the assistance of Caledon, it is kind of transformed into a actually positive government that is made up of what we would call high captains. And essentially, on Duncinae, which is a beautiful place, honestly, it's mountains, jungles, with a bit of pirate flair to it, but it's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful planet. On this planet, they serve at the high table, or mostly just the table, which is an island a few hours north of the city of Leander, where the starport is. Essentially, there are many gangs, you could say, quote-unquote gangs, that make up kind of the identities, the cultures of the planet. But it carries a more positive connotation than what a gang to us. The government itself could be considered a gang, but for the most part, all of these gangs come together to form a loose, cohesive government where everybody kind of looks after each other, settling disputes in violent, over-the-top ways, and then kind of brushing them off and holding no grudges, as is their way. However, collectively, they despise drug dealers, slavers, other kinds of things like that. And this is all kind of the positive influence that Caledon has pushed on them over the years. So now it's actually kind of a respectable polity. Individual freedoms are very prized. Freedom and just, that pirate spirit from back in the day is prized. So law levels are probably going to be pretty low, um, but everybody around you is going to be used to that, so it balances out. And that's that. Vincent, on the other hand, is a small kind of desert planet that serves as the front post for Duncinae's watch against Marlheim. Um, as such, it is heavily militarized, kind of a low tech level comparatively, using things like trains and old helicopters instead of the more common things that you just saw in Caledon. Uh, Towns kind of spread out. Um, Volcanic activity is a common occurrence. Not much else to say besides that. It's led by a High Captain Murdoch, and he reigns in the palace. But there's an image of this palace, and it's kind of not that big. Looks like it's in a little hodunk town too. Ia, Aslan heavy independent system. The Aslans that were forced out of Marlheim kind of spread out in that general area, and Ia has a very high population of Aslan because of that, influencing the culture. Grass plains, lakes, mountains. It's fairly nice, however, it's kind of a little gray, and after all these years, it's kind of been war torn. It's not quite the same beautiful place it was, instead turning into a perpetual kind of Cold War zone where everybody's a little on edge. Violence is a common thing. Uh, Not very pleasant, however, they are currently unified against Marlheim, or so is the rumors. And that's all the information I can give you on that.
Do you have the map location so I could look at it again?
If you open up the Traveler map, here, I'll post this link.
Yeah, I was asked for the link because I thought it would be faster.
There you go.
Thank you.
I have a tiny little iPad on an arm that just has the interactive map up.
Sure.
When we at this point, are we like just leaving jump into Duncinae?
Yeah, it's going to take you a little while, but we can proceed at whatever point you choose.
At some point, I am gonna request of Captain Kinney to
You want to make the request through me so we don't startle him quite as much?
sure. I'll make the request through my owner Foon, to go down and just do a routine checkup on the quote unquote cargo.
He's willing to acquiesce. There's a man with a stunner wearing CRN kind of business work clothes, and he tells the man to escort you down to the cargo so you can do whatever the hell you're trying to do down there.
Yeah. I'll go find. Oh,
I will hang out and go with you because I have an investigation kit if you need it.
okay.
Foon is just going to talk to the man that is the guard who's being sent down and be very friendly. Try to persuade him to pay less attention.
What do you want to roll for that, Foon?
I was going to do persuade with my charisma.
Sounds good.
Alright, so that would be just 2d6 plus
Woo.
13.
Okay. Yeah,
So
he's actually very interested to talk to you. This man.
Do you have an interest in epic poems?
Oh God.
This young man, Dante Alder, he introduces himself, and you, hey, you like epic poetry?
Yes.
And he's like, yes. I absolutely do love epic poetry. And he's very interested to talk to you. He seems to be interested in Aslan. He'll ask you a lot about your culture and about the meaning behind the poetry. He actually finds it all very fascinating.
Wonderful. I'm going to distract him while they work.
So you do.
Mhm.
Very well. Yeah, Laura and LeBlanc, as you are, moving through the cargo hold, over by the side, Foon strikes up a conversation and just enthralls this man, and he kind of
Perfect.
stops paying attention to you at all.
Cool. Once we reach the crates, Laura, should I check them out before you scan them and delve into them? Make sure, check for any seals or boobies or warnings that might get sent out.
Laura's just gonna do a quick Pris scan, so I'm just looking if it gives off any infrared, ultraviolet, alpha, beta, gamma radiation, those
Yeah, make a
things.
sensors check.
Awesome.
And
Yeah, I don't know if there's like extenuating circumstances, but I think the sensors like usually just like pick up on those things. Like I can just detect them.
Yeah, I mean, you're going
that-
through your visual range, seeing what there is.
Okay.
and I will check it out with my investigate kit, looking for the same sort of stuff that I mentioned.
All right, make a investigation check
And
with probably your inter-education.
intelligence, inter-education, which we int. Cool. +1.
7 for my check.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot the slash. And the space after the R. Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Ren.
We must be groggy.
Yeah. You scan this ship. You go through your visual range. You at least don't pick up any radioactivity. So that's good. Otherwise, it all seems fairly standard to you. There's nothing that sticks out to you as strange. Todd or LeBlanc, you're using your investigation kit, kind of looking it over for traps, communications, trackers. You give it a pretty good look over. You use your investigation kit to try to do any kind of searching that you might not be able to do by yourself. And you come to the conclusion that this is a crate of stuff. There's nothing
Awesome.
out of the ordinary that is not a crate.
Cool. Always good to be sure.
Exactly.
Crate
Well,
standard, one each.
2 each,
Wow.
hopefully.
Two each.
Last quick check. Are there any is there any type of surveillance equipment looking at our particular angle in the cargo hold?
We should have checked that first.
Well, I mean, we're not doing anything bad yet. We're just doing some cursory, checks on
Checking our cargo.
Yeah.
I'm of the opinion that most spaceships don't have security cameras.
Okay.
I just feel like that would fuck things up, but I'll think about it.
A lot of invasive into privacy type of thing.
Maybe more like high-end ships or more modern ships would have things like that. But I'm a little skittish about enforcing video camera stuff because I could pull that out of my ass.
Yeah. Like, oh, they have cameras. Whoops.
Yep, they
Almost
have cameras. You guys
literally.
are screwed. No, I don't want to do that. Let's assume that we're playing by TV anime rules.
Okay. So I'll do a quick scan. Is there any kind of electronic lock? Is it literally just like a box with a padlock?
It is locked. It's sealed. You would probably need some kind of prying tool to really get it open.
And
Or
then we
is
would
the
have to
lock
see-
electronic? Or is it
Not with the
physical
prying
lock.
tool.
No, it's not electronically locked.
Okay. Because I have an iPad with intrusion, so if I could hack the lock, but
Well, and we'd have to figure out how to seal it back up again too.
yeah, if we pried it open, the issue is damaging the lock.
And I know from, I mean, this is real life, so how it applies to the game is not necessarily one-to-one. But I know most cargo containers that are being shipped long distance, they have some sort of numbered seal so that the end recipient can tell right away if it's been tampered with.
Mm.
And I would
Yeah.
guess that this would have something along those lines so
Maybe.
that we especially could tell if someone's tampered with it. But just so you
Laura
know,
can print something up for us.
No, that's it's not a magic tool. We're gonna have to think about that later.
What, the print?
The printer.
Yeah.
Oh, it just
I would-
no. I have to have materials, and I spend half of the cost of whatever I'm printing in materials.
Yeah, so
Yeah, but you can't do anything. These things are made not to be
I was joking.
easily faked.
I was joking.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I'm just
Um,
being clear because that printer is a little scary. But we'll talk about it later.
yeah. I mean, it's just like simple electronics and shit.
Yeah.
Like right now, I could print like a tiny little robot. I could do like a little, because I can do like primitive brains and shit.
All right, are we good with this crate? Anything else?
I think so. There's nothing weird about it. It looks
I can't-
intact.
I can't open it, so.
All right. We are at the 2-hour mark. We're gonna take a quick 10-minute break.
Cool.
Perfect.
Okay. Wonderful.
that works for me.
Grab a drink.
I'll be right back.
Yes, Hamish will talk to the ship's doctor.
Yeah, he's a young
Find
kid,
out.
like I said.
Find, his background, how he got involved, and all that stuff.
Yeah, this young man, his name's Graham Jammer. Yep. And he's a young kid, like I said. He's got short, cut brown hair, a bit of freckles, wearing a doctor's coat, tending to the infirmary on the ship. Nobody in there at the moment, so he's organizing equipment. He looks up at you and smiles. Hello. You are Hamish, correct?
That's correct.
I recognize you from the passenger list.
Mm.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
My name's Graham. I'm the onboard medic for the ship.
Oh, okay. How'd you ever get into being a medic on a ship?
I'm actually part of the Caledonian Royal Medical Institute on Caledon.
Oh.
I'm close to finishing my degree, but I wanted some experience, and the school is offering different positions on ships like this. I thought it'd be a great experience.
Oh, sounds wonderful. You're getting off planet too.
Yep, it's well, the first time I did it, it was a bit scary. I've never actually left Caledon before, but I enjoy it. Once you get your sea legs, as they say, it's actually pretty pleasant. You feel free out here.
That's interesting. This is my first time off planet.
Is that right?
Hmm.
What are you sailing for?
Oh, I'm traveling with some companions. We're going to is it Vincent? Yeah, Vincent. Taking some. Yeah, we're just traveling to Vincent.
Interested in supporting the war effort?
We're taking some medical supplies.
Humanitarians.
Well, I am a doctor, so.
Really?
Though I did mainly. A bit. Though I did mainly corporate, so we did a bit more than just taking care of health. We would do surgeries and a little bit of research work too. So.
Wow, that's fascinating. My career is still young, so I'm still deciding, surgery or research, or I'm not sure yet.
Research can be problematic, but
why do you say that?
Research quickly gets involved in corporate politics. So, if you could do government research, I would suggest that.
Well, Caledon is the best nation in space.
Indeed, that it is.
And he
Why I've never
genuinely
left.
says that. He believes that sincerely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, young. I agree. I say yes. That's why it's taken me so long to leave.
Well, at least we're going to somewhere pleasant. Duncinae is beautiful.
Ah, so you've been before.
This is a common trade route for us.
Okay.
I like our days in Duncinae. Like I said, it feels very free there.
I feel like I'm missing something, but okay.
He's just making conversation with the ship's doctor.
Yeah.
Ah,
Anybody's free to join in if they'd like.
I just came back.
But yeah, he tells you all about Duncinae, the bars and the pirate atmosphere and what the sights and the brothels. He mentions the
course.
brothels, but very quietly.
No. I'll just give him a bemused smile.
Yeah, this kid's only
It's
like
a yes.
22, 23.
Yes. I was young once too. So, sounds like a wonderful party. place.
Yeah, it's I recommend you stay in the, the main star town. It's
Right.
a bit how do you say? They're very bombastic over there.
Mm,
They
okay.
really. It's not uncommon for shootings and gang warfare. They live by a very strict code, though. They're
Mm,
you see, they're pirates, but they're not
mhm.
pirates. They just like to be pirates. So,
They sound very confused.
well, they like to have a good time, honestly.
Mm,
So, they'll shoot each other, but they won't involve civilians, and they don't really allow explosives around either.
that's
Um,
good at least.
So they tend to take care of their own affairs, and if somebody goes around and starts killing civilians or tourists or something like that, or blowing up buildings, all the gangs around in the local area kind of just tunnel on them, you know?
Mm, okay.
So, just, stay out of trouble. Stay in the touristy areas, and you'll be fine.
Okay. That sounds like a good plan.
It's like going to Mexico.
With pirates.
The pirates.
Sound people I could do business with.
If they have a code, do they have a handbook for said code?
I have a tourist brochure.
Ooh.
The beaches are
Yes.
fantastic.
I would love to see a tourist brochure. Do they have places where we can get real meat?
Yeah. Do you like fish?
So.
Got a lot of
Better than-
fish. The brochure, if you look at Foundry, gives you a beautiful vista view.
That's pretty.
It has many flying birds. Feathered meat.
All right, is everybody back?
Yes.
Roll call.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here.
Yep.
Todd already.
Is this music appropriate? Maybe.
What?
Oh, Fiddler Screen. I kind
I'll-
of liked McConaughey's Field.
I'm gonna stick with this for a moment. We'll see.
It's not actually playing. Oh, there
Yeah,
it
it's
goes.
not
It takes a couple seconds to load new songs for you guys.
Oh, sorry. I was like, there is no music. I don't know if it is playing.
This is mildly fitting, so we're gonna roll with it for now. All right. The Maddie lands in Duncinae, or I say lands. It approaches the high port. You are free to get out and stretch your legs. Again, the captain comes over the board and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have landed in Duncinae. Please take a shuttle down to the low port at your convenience, and please enjoy your stay. We will be back aboard in 4 days." The high port. You step out. The noticeable change is that a lot of the skin colors here are a little bit darker, where in Caledon there's much fairer complexions. Here you have various shades of brown and blacks mixed in. Aslan are a much more common sight here. And, they kind of are all moving and mingling together, and a lot of them have slug weaponry at their hips. Even in the high ports, it's like a whole different world where it was more pristine and secure and safe looking up in Caledon. This high port, everybody's packing heat. There are men walking around with, light machine guns, wearing fairly light armors, and nobody really bats an eye at this.
All right.
Good place to stay polite.
Yeah.
Be armed and be polite. Sounds about right.
Mike muted. Looking at Duncinae's UWP, It says that their acceptance is very friendly. Is this? I'll ask like around the ship. Is this generally true of Duncinae? Are people pretty amiable of different kinds of
Should you
people?
be asking?
Yes. This is a very freedom-centric place. They value individualism, freedom, character.
Okay, so I assume a robot. While I might still be considered a piece of property, I hopefully shouldn't expect that Foon will get mugged for me.
I wouldn't expect that.
That
That wording specifically
Okay.
is, I would expect. Well, I don't know. I can't tell you to expect to get stolen, but you're on a pirate island, dude.
I mean, I'm gonna stick. I'm gonna stick next to
close to me.
Foon.
Yeah,
Because
that's a
Foon
good
is
idea.
big angry muscle cat. Yeah, I'm.
Like, I can't tell you, no, nobody's gonna come steal you. You're like, they're pirates.
Yeah, well, I'll just
Laura and I
checking.
are sticking together.
while we're here, Laura should check out the records for anything on that looks like the strange journey passed through, and I will find dock worker or station crew to ask about that.
Were we given like
Are we gonna
names of this crew?
Not really, no.
Okay.
No, we were only
That
told that we're
that would
supposed
be
to be
telling.
looking for the captain. What is his name again? Captain.
No, that's the person we're delivering to, not the captain of the lost
Captain
the strange
Digby,
journey.
in the military sense, he is infantry.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we got any names of any of the crew of the Strange Journey.
Oh, sorry.
You didn't even get the name of the
We're
patron.
talking for- yeah.
Mm.
We didn't,
Yeah.
No.
we didn't want to know.
That's very cyberpunk.
I didn't want to
Hey, go
know.
do this thing. Cool.
Okay.
Not even a Mr. Johnson. It's just nothing.
Yeah, no. Hey, names on a need to know
Miss-
basis.
Mr. Anders.
To be fair, he doesn't have our names.
Yeah, Foon wasn't going to ask any names because Foon doesn't want to actually say his full name out loud.
That's true. You did not tell them your names.
So,
But I feel like we might be spottable.
They might have
yeah,
done a common sense roll would have told you that they might have done a little research on you before sending you out.
And giving us 100K.
I didn't
Yeah.
know there was common sense in this game.
Yeah, it's a very hard check.
Sorry.
I'll use the wireless data link, connect to the high port, and just look for anything, any mention of Strange Journey, but as well as doing searches for manifests for going to my notes
Well, Laura is doing
for a
that.
Caldolian naval scout ship, one matching the description of the Strange Journey.
Okay.
Good idea.
Go ahead and roll that. Todd, you were saying something?
Yeah. What would I use for talking to somebody about if
Corrals. You're going around asking questions, maybe investigate.
investigate, streetwise, recon?
Streetwise could work.
Okay, I'll use streetwise.
Hello, fellow pirates.
Arg!
Oh dear.
Avast your hearties.
Oh, that is a cool 14 for the computer check.
You gotta stop. You gotta desist. I'm gonna look into
It's not-
computer hacking rules after this game.
It's not based on your computer. Actually, it might be. I need to look at intrusion again. But anyway.
Yeah, we'll figure that out. All right. Todd, you rolled an 8.
Todd,
No, that was my That was
Oh,
from
okay.
last time. I'm about to roll. I was
Alright, go ahead
making
and
sure
roll
I
that.
had the numbers.
Anna,
sorry.
you were saying something?
Oh,
Woohoo!
Wow.
Foon was also going to be friendly to the people around. Should I be rolling crowds? Or,
Whatever you'd
I
like.
don't-
He just rolled Streetwise Charm.
I mean,
Corrals
you
works too.
Persuade or
Persuade might work. persuading
I'm gonna see
somebody.
if I can persuade someone to talk to me more, but I feel like I've already used persuade. So I'll do that again though. I'll see if I can persuade someone to give me information.
Streetwise int. No.
Wait.
That's
No?
gotta be
Okay.
charm. Make sure you confirm that with me first.
Okay.
Oh wait, so it's wait, are you talking to Todd?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's only a +1 then. So that was a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm going to do a roll for persuade, which with charm. +3. Oops. 6. And I am not as charming as usual.
All right.
I'm barely charming.
So, Ren, you do a quick look up. You can see that the last time that a vessel named the Strange Journey was in the Duncinae High Port was about 3 or 4 months ago. There's not much besides that. It stopped, was here for about a week, and then left. Its destination was Vincent.
Okay. Yeah, and just so you know, for clarification, this is all like surface level. Like I'm just connecting to a database and pulling what is like available.
Like you could ask somebody the same information.
Yeah.
But you're
Intrusion.
just bypassing the red tape.
Yeah, intrusion is what you do.
Yeah.
And I do have a computer with intrusion, and I literally just add the bandwidth of the intrusion, and then its security level creates the DC.
I'm not saying that I don't want you doing this. I just want to. There's probably rules involved that I don't know, which scares me.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I know.
So, LeBlanc and Foon, as you guys are asking around, talking around in the high port, you find out a couple of things. These guys, which were all human, they were real assholes, real jerks, loudmouth, offensive. Nobody liked them. They came in here. They complained about the food. They complained about the bed. They complained about how everything is, pirate themed. They threw trash everywhere. God, it was the worst. Everybody was happy to see them go.
And do we find out when they left and where they left?
About 3 or 4 months ago, heading to Vincent. The scout ship itself, the Strange Journey, was in a fairly bad condition when it came in. It seemed flyable enough, but it looks like, just really beat up and nasty. A couple of weeks ago, it seems like the crew, whatever IDs that they use to log themselves from this system, it seemed like they came back a couple weeks ago. Or at least that's what the logs say. It's a little confusing. But a couple of the people kind of are like, yeah, those guys, they came back a little while ago. And then they left again. I don't even think they went down to the planet. Got on some kind of ship and fucked off. But it wasn't a Strange Journey.
Okay.
They also trashed a lot of hotel rooms.
So they're persons non grata.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Any ideas where we might follow up on this, people?
They went, dumped the ship, lost the ship.
Finding out what ship they got on and seeing if any of the hotels remember anything about them.
It's probably a good idea.
I suggest that we do both. Starting with the hotels.
Well, no. Since we're on the station, we should check with what ship. I presume the hotels are down on the planet, Faust ?
There's some up here. But they're, you know, like that standard kind of
You might need to ask that again.
hotel. But they did stay up here for that
He's
return
muted.
trip.
I presume something came up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So they did come back and stay in one of the hotels around here, and they absolutely trashed their rooms and just made a big fuss about everything. Until eventually
No,
they
yeah,
boarded
the name of the outgoing ship's a good one.
Yeah, we should look at the outgoing ships. So we'll have to.
You can see if we even know what time it is. Laura could probably cross-index the records and see what was
Yeah.
around.
Yeah,
But we
they came
should-
back
other
a couple
people should
weeks
try
ago.
things too.
Yeah,
They
assuming it was them, but that's where
yeah,
we'll
it said
find out
their
from the hotel.
IDs. Yeah, it said their IDs showed a couple weeks back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
well,
That's right, they didn't go down. Okay.
sorry, what are you guys asking? Oh, I'm sorry, I muted myself. What are you guys asking? You're asking
The
what
hotel-
ship they
we wanna
left on?
find some more. Yeah, we want to find out if there's more information we can get on what ship they left on and where, and like
Okay.
more
Well,
details.
Yeah, asking around, you basically
Or if
find
there's-
out that they, after a few days spent here, coming back without the strange journey, they eventually boarded a little shuttle, or like a far trader or something, named the Saragossa. That took off, and it was heading somewhere coreward. Don't really think they gave a location.
Hmm.
But they are gone. Where the Saragossa went is not logged.
I think we were just trying to compile details so we
Hmm.
can make a dossier on them.
Yep.
All right, if we're done doing that, we have another portion of stuff that we should be working on.
Another what?
Portion. Sorry, I can breathe.
Is there anything you guys would like to do? You got 4 days.
Yeah.
on
Go
this planet.
down. Enjoy
Yeah.
the planet.
Let's go down and
I'm gonna-
party. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna eat.
We're gonna
I'm
go
gonna
try to
drink.
drugs.
Yeah.
Lots of pirate
gonna-
drugs. Absolutely.
Oh no.
We're
Oh,
going
yeah.
Taking.
Hold
we
them back
are-
on those.
We are gonna go take a robot down into a pirate world that
Sure.
is portable and needs to be.
I mean,
defended.
I can stay high port side. I can still communicate with you guys at this
Sure.
distance.
I'm just wondering because I also am not sure if we should leave them completely alone. I just feel like it's going to get stolen.
The GM would recommend not splitting the party unless Ren
Sure.
has a way to still be there.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
never
well,
split
okay,
the
go.
party.
We will go together. It's just I feel like we must defend the Laura. Otherwise, I would lose all my money.
It's already been made very clear to
Well-
me that Laura is a very high value target
Mhm.
to a number of people. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
well-
yeah, like I can send D-Dot. I can communicate with D-Dot as far as my transceiver goes. If we're very concerned about keeping me out of hands of ne'er-do-wells.
I think the safest place for Laura is probably with the rest of us, with all our guns and our big, scary, very polite, very friendly kitty.
Rawr.
Okay.
Okay.
Laura's
Wow.
call.
Down to the planet we go then.
We.
This planet is gorgeous. This is a absolutely utopic, scenic world. The starport is situated on the top of a jungle mountain with many winding roads reaching down. Picture like Vietnam. I don't know if you're familiar, but it's very thick, very dense. In between portions of city and civilization is just this big jungle. and there's many indigenous, tribal populations around the planet as well. Uh, it's a very long, winding drive down from the low port to the city that you see, and there's side towns that are a little bit more run down or maybe feel a little bit more threatening. But the picture that you see is kind of the main town or city of Leander, which is the star town of this planet. Here you'll see a mixture between ruffians and rough-looking people, and they're all armed, or at least most of them are. You'll see like elderly women and stuff like that, just going along unarmed, not really worried about much. Rich folk in suits are moving between hotels and resorts. Grav vehicles are flying overhead, and it's just this strange intermingling of this old pirate feel with modern freedom and business. It's been turned into a tourist trap a little bit, which you could assume maybe has upset the more diehard. We're pirates, we shouldn't be putting up with this kind of thing. But everything's pretty peaceful around here. The streets are busy. Everybody's moving along at a good pace. There are downtown districts, shopping areas, kind of appealing to the pirate aesthetic. The sun is beating down flocks of seagulls or seagulls, space seagulls, flying overhead. Bright, beautiful day.
I'm going to want to try to find a wonderful tea shop and see if he could find any gossip. That's going to be his suggestion to the party.
Sure.
That works as long as they serve alcohol as well.
All right. Tea. Interesting.
Sure, tea.
Interesting request. A lot of them kind of look at you, but you're asking around, and a lot of them they either don't know, like really, they're too busy to talk to you. Kind of just give you the cold shoulder, moving about. There is an Aslan. He's kind of wearing a red vest and a red bandana around his head, and he's just kind of moving about. And seeing as you're a fellow Aslan, when you come by, he stops and, do you need something, brother?
Wait, what did he say?
Do you need something, brother?
We are looking for a flower water shop.
Interesting. He thinks about this for a moment. If you head north, follow the winding road up the mountain a little ways, there's a little town up there. They have a lot of Aslan, and you will find many of our home amenities there. You might be able to find a decent tea shop up there run by our own people.
Thank you, brother. I give a slight bow, but try not to cause any more commotion or get him to notice me too much more.
Yeah, he's free to just say, "You're welcome," and carry about his business.
Maybe tea isn't the best idea. Food pouts slightly.
As soon as Foon says that tea is not a good idea, I start looking for a more upscale drinking establishment. Someplace that looks like it isn't catered to by the business people, but also is not someplace where all the heavily armed people hang out.
There's a residential district that if you ask around long enough, you can find out about. It's kind of nestled up in the hills to the southeast part of the city, kind couple of winding roads that lead you up there. It's all winding roads until you hit the beach side and the coast. It's all mountains and winding roads and jungle. So if you head up that ways a little bit, there is a residential district that kind of leaves behind the pirate flair a little bit. This is for normal rich folk and outworlders that have come to kind of situate themselves on this beautiful planet. And up here, they have their own kind of communities, restaurants and things like that, and they kind of enforce a bit more of a watch. They don't want just any kind of riffraff coming in.
Mhm.
Food is also going to be checking his boundary box to make sure he's not in someone else's territory, by the way.
I don't know what that means.
She has a computer GPS map thing that tells her if she's in another male's territory.
Oh, no, this is human. This is human space.
Okay.
You'll see Aslan, but it's all human dominated. Unless you went up to that town I mentioned previously.
Hence why I didn't.
Right. That could be fun.
What are we? This is to the group. What are we looking for here? Just something to pass the time?
And have fun.
Information?
Yeah. They're not going to have any information, probably.
Well, I mean, the Aslans might know stuff going on with the situation.
I was doubt. I'm not sure. We should go there. If they ask for my name and my clan, there will be trouble.
We could have a lot of fun.
Trouble? What
Your
kind of
fears are
trouble?
justified. Andrew,
Well, I, for one, am looking for a good meal and a place to
Ooh.
drink and maybe listen to some stories and find out some news.
Hmm.
I would just like meat of some sort if I cannot have meat and tea as is proper.
So unless anyone else is directing the group towards a place, Petrovich is keeping an eye open, and when he sees some place that looks like it has the right mix of people, he's gonna go in and see if he
Alright.
can't get
So
us a
we're-
table.
So are we gonna we're gonna
Sure.
head towards that residential district that was mentioned?
yeah,
think
that sounds
so.
good to me.
Yes.
We're gonna head towards
Sounds
the
good.
residential district,
Okay.
away
With the
from
real
the
flavor.
other Aslans.
Yeah, you
We're going
leave.
to avoid conflict.
You leave in the other direction of the Aslan district, heading towards the residential areas. You're probably going to want some kind of public transport or renting a vehicle or something here. A rental car is not too bad. I'm not sure
Who
what
can
it is
drive?
like a day.
Who knows how to drive?
I
have
do.
drive. Yeah, I
believe.
drive zero.
I have Drive Zero as well.
Ooh, me too.
Okay.
So, all three of us are optional people for driving.
Okay.
So,
Who is
Sounds
not
workable.
rolled? We should make sure that person rolls for driving.
Wow. It's just driving. Unless we're being chased, I don't think there'll be a roll.
Aw. Oh, there's that, true.
Is that someone knocking on wood that we're not going to be
Nope.
chased?
Nope. Watch your mouth.
I'm gonna go with. I'm fine with driving. I don't get to do it in real life. I might as well get to do it here.
Okay. And so you do.
So, good.
Alright, so we're driving down towards the residential area. We've
Yep.
gotten a car that
So,
we figured out.
funny
Sightseeing.
story. Let me pull this up.
Laura, you're good with computers. As we go, if there's intranet here, if you would be so kind as to look for places for Sophonts to eat and drink.
Of course, I can compare restaurant databases to see what the highest ranking in terms of customer
Highest
reviews.
And
Expensive. And it's not what?
and not expensive. Cross reference with expense.
What are you guys talking about? You're like wealthy right now.
Alrighty, I will run a linear graph comparing customer responses as well to average food price to find us a suitable restaurant.
Who does not want to go into a bar that involves wearing diplomatic clothes type of thing? I mean, come on.
Yeah, Laura will do some searching, find us a nearby restaurant.
Okay.
I'm thinking for this group somewhere in the 2 to 3 star range,
Mm.
$1 to $2 sign range.
That has meat.
Maybe like $10 to $15 meals, maybe with like a $5 menu, something a little nicer. Laura has no sense of like what is or isn't quote unquote expensive.
Wait, and
Oh.
Laura's handling.
If you'll pull the list up, I'll be more than happy to look over your shoulder and we'll get it figured out.
Foon, you're driving along.
Yep.
You look back, and you're like, yeah, like Laura, get us some restaurant, somewhere that's pretty cheap. And as you turn your head back, headlights are directly in your front view, just blinding you completely. There's a screech and a loud skidding noise, and then suddenly an explosive crash off to your right.
Oh.
Oh dear.
As you come to, figuring out the situation, you look off to your right and a little bit behind you, and it looks like whatever car, as you were turning around a mountain pass, had been skidding along as fast as it possibly could, saw you coming and turned out of the way and crashed into the wall behind you and catching fire.
Ooh.
Should we turn back and go help them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sigh.
Yeah, IRUR vision. I'm looking for if I can see past like the heat signature of the vehicle. I'm gonna try and see like how many heat signatures, biological signatures are
2.
in the vehicle. 2? Okay.
2.
Okay, so we're gonna go head back to do that. So
Yeah,
do I need to
get to the
roll
car.
on the driving, or am I just able to
No,
turn it?
you come to a stop, and you can turn around, pretty easily drive back. As you pull up to the car, the front door window, or the front left door kicks open, and a man steps out of it. He's wearing a vest and khaki pants, and he pulls out a large Magnum pistol and like pulls it up to your vehicle, and then kind of both of you realize that he has a piece of metal sticking through his abdomen all the way through.
Oh.
He reaches down and touches it, and then you see him take a few steps back and collapse against the wall of the highway that you're on. The passenger side door opens up, and a long, slender leg steps out, and a black-haired woman in a kind of thin black dress, who is one straps over her shoulder, and she just kind of looks discombobulated, and she just steps out and stands there looking serene almost.
Hamish will head over to the driver.
I suggest we move them away from the vehicle.
And then, let's get them away from the vehicle.
So, I will offer to carry the injured man gently.
And I do the same.
As you approach, he tries to raise his magnum again, but it falls short, and he's just coughing up blood, and he looks up.
We're doctors.
Oh, yeah, coming. We'll take care of you.
Who are you?
Just
We're the
tourist on a
doctors.
holiday, but I'm a doctor.
Paramedics, I can
and-
lift you.
Start doing a triage on him, see how bad it is, and stabilize.
Someone
Yeah,
should also check the
you can
girl.
make a medicine check.
Okay.
Pretty
can-
easy though.
Okay.
I can check the woman while he's doing that because I also have medic 1 and a med kit.
Laura sends out D-Dot to have line of sight, but is otherwise like is hiding on the floor of whatever vehicle we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Like flat, just trying not to be seen herself.
Is it education or intelligence?
Education.
Education.
Okay.
You're a doctor.
I'm a doctor.
And Todd, is it the same one for him?
What are you rolling, Todd?
Same thing. I'm gonna check out the female while he's checking the male.
That's fine. Yeah.
So 12.
Hamish, he's not gonna make it, man.
Crap.
He pierced some vital organs. He's got 20 minutes.
All right,
At
we should
most.
ask him.
At most.
Where's the closest hospital?
That's it. Laura, find the closest hospital.
Beep boop 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 bop.
No.
Laura's-
No. He reaches up and grabs your shirt, Hamish, as you turn around and say this. No, there's no time. There's no time. Listen to me. You have to get that girl over to the table right now. There are men coming after me. They're gonna be here any second. Do you understand?
Where's the table?
I don't
Beep
like
boop.
the sound of this. Are we eating? Humans are not eatable.
The table
Eatable.
is
The table's the seat of government.
The seat of government that's out on an island about, like a couple
Thank you.
hours sail.
Sorry.
Yeah. Laura will like use the iPad and quickly pull up like map of the city, get directions to table.
Ren,
Quickly.
the
Have you ready?
directions to the seat of government on this planet, you have to go down to the docks about 20 kilometers away, get yourself on a boat, and sail there.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll just
He
I'll have
pulls
it up.
out. He pulls out a stick. Sorry, he pulls out a stick and holds it up to you. He's like, "Here, 20,000. That's all my money. Get the ticket. Get her to the table."
Okay.
All
Well,
right. I
take
guess
it. Give him something for the pain. As they shove her in the car.
Yeah, that woman. She has near photo real. What's the word? Perfect recall. Absolute recall. She's from a
Eidetic memory.
gang that we're trying to take down, but it went wrong, and they're coming. You have to go.
So
I'm
she's
all
a
for that.
prisoner?
Okay, go.
No,
The woman, Todd, as you examine her, she's got like a light cut on her forehead, but otherwise she seems fine. She looks away
Cool.
from you, gripping her arm, and she doesn't really say much. She doesn't look very perturbed at all.
Well, I'll pass on the shock through the comm dot to everyone. Yeah, this guy is apparently an agent, and bad guys are headed this way. Let's get the fudge out of here.
Alrighty.
so
Listen.
pile into the car, head to the. Somebody grab the 20K,
Oh, got that.
and we'll pile in the car and take her to the docks to take her to the table.
All right.
And
I'm
make
going
sure
to
she's
try
not.
to drive quickly.
And make sure she's not visible as we go racing by whoever's been
Ooh,
chasing them.
good thinking. Hide her next to the robot.
All right.
So we're going to try to hide her, and I'm going to
Yes.
just get up and drive and smile and wave at anyone.
Don't wave.
Don't wave. No one waves on this planet.
No one
The
Yeah.
only thing that wave on this planet are guns.
As you turn the corner, Foon, not very long after, you hear the sound of skidding tires as the agent behind you makes his last stand. Gunfire rings out for a brief moment and then stops. The skidding tires roar behind you.
Well then.
Laura's gonna do a few things. First, is there local law enforcement on this planet?
No.
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 Oh, well,
They belong to gangs essentially, and they police themselves for the most part. A gang will organize, or many gangs will organize to come after you. But remember what you were told. Gang events, as long as they don't really bother anyone, is not going to be interfered with. So this could go on for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nobody's going to come help you.
Nope.
Okay, I have a plan for that if I
Let
need
me
to use it.
explain
But
how
first,
this works.
Mm.
You guys have chase points. You
Uh-oh.
all start with 5, essentially, as a group. You have 5 chase points. We're going to go round robin through the group, and we're going to make opposing checks. You tell me something that you want to do that could help you in this event. You're being chased. You have equipment, you have skills. Anything that could help you in this, you can roll. If you don't have anything, you can't think of anything, it's a straight 2d6.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
My roll's gonna be drive. I'm gonna try to stay on the road.
Snake eyes and 2 6s increase the amount by 2. Otherwise, a success is 1, a failure is 1. Oh, negative
Okay.
1. All right?
So it's 2d6 and then your skill roll, right?
Right. You got to tell
Sort
me
of.
why you're rolling it, though.
I'm gonna wait until we seem to need to be.
First person that has an idea, we'll start with them.
Okay.
Laura's
I'm
gonna
gonna
get
use
one.
I'm gonna use my recon to help Fayun look for gaps in traffic to dodge in and out of.
You're navigating? Hell yeah. I'm fine with that. Do like int, maybe?
Perfect. So that'll give me a +2 total.
You're asking me? You should know your sheet.
No, I'm saying.
Okay.
And here's my roll. Ooh yeah, baby.
Very nice. Yup. You skid down the mountain path, Foon, as it doesn't take very long at all before 2 cars full of men behind you start skidding into view. They spot you and they are on your ass.
Alright, I'm going to just try to make sure that I am driving quickly
Yeah,
and
one
not
man-
hitting anything.
One man leans out of the passenger vehicle of the left car and he starts spraying behind you with rifle fire. They all kind of ping along those side wall or in the air behind you.
Laura pulls the woman down onto like the floor of the vehicle to
Yeah,
get out of.
you do so, and like a bullet like flies through the back windshield, pings off the roof.
Mm.
All right, yeah.
What do I
Petrovic,
drive roll or no?
Petrovic is spotting out like gaps in traffic, moving you across. He's like navigating you. He's picking out the right roads and directing you the best way towards the dock. Anna, got an idea?
Oh, I'm just trying to follow the directions driving.
All
I
right,
figured
you want to
this
make a
would be
driving
possible.
check, Dex?
So driving checks. Which one am I using for?
It's like there should be a ground vehicle or something.
No, I know ground vehicle. That's fine. It's more
Which
of
characteristic?
strength,
Dexterity.
which character? Dexterity. Crap.
Yes.
Okay. Shit.
Oh
That
no.
crashed.
You still beat him out.
Barely.
Yeah.
I didn't roll the
Take it.
vehicle.
Yeah, Foon, you're. I don't know what I'm doing. We're going way too fast down a mountain road. Just like you make a turn and you like kind of pull up on the left side a little bit. You do a 2-wheelie for a second, skidding along, trying to put some distance between these guys. And at least with LeBlanc's or not LeBlanc's, Matreyevic's help, you are doing okay so far. You are coming down the edge of the mountain towards the town now, where buildings are kind of far off in the distance. Daz.
I'll pull out my computer and find boats leaving the dock. I need schedules.
While we're being shot at,
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to help you in your
Okay.
immediate situation, Daz.
It's not, but that's all I can. What am I going to do? Shoot a stunner back?
You can make a standard just 2d6
Yeah,
if you don't have any pertinent ideas.
but I will be looking ahead.
Oh no.
Oh.
So we're back to 6 points. Daz, ineffectual. He's he's kind of like, you know, just covering his head, making sure he doesn't get shot, and that's okay.
And
All right, Todd, LeBlanc, anything?
Yes, I am going to try to distract them by shooting at them with a. It's maybe only a stunner, but if somebody sticks their head out, I can hit them.
Stunners only have
stolen
like
one
a
of
range
my-
of 10 meters.
you should
I
have
have
taken
the-
one of my grenades.
Does Foon have grenades with him?
Only my normal one that I always carry.
Which one?
It's the protective one, so you probably don't want to throw that one out.
The anti-laser one, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I have the laser. I bought the laser rifle, which is 50 meters, or stun rifle, which is 50 meters.
Yeah, that could be effective.
There we go.
Cool.
That's a gun combat plus dex.
Okay. Which, sorry, I got to change back to here. That is so +2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yay.
That,
That was good.
okay. All right. You lean out of the window, and the guy that's shooting at you with a rifle, you fire back. A good, decent shot hits him square in the chest, and you see his body convulse and twitch, and then he's leaning out of the car like from the hip, so you just see him kind of tumble and smash onto the pavement, where he goes rolling out of view.
Well then.
All right.
Cool.
Nice
That'll
job.
work.
7 points. Ren, where you at? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm going to use electronics computers plus my intrusion software. I am accessing traffic lights, clearing up green lights for us
Nice.
and cutting them off.
I was about to tell you. I was about to tell you no because you were like, I'm gonna hack their car.
No,
I like this idea a lot better.
Yeah, traffic signals. No, I'm clearing up greens for us, and I'm trying to like get cross traffic to go and try and hit them right behind us.
That's a fantastic idea, dude. I love that.
That's great.
Yeah, that's a great
Yes.
idea.
So
Make that with
Hacking
make that
it
with
so
like a.
we catch the yellow and they're
Well, never
catching
mind.
the
Just roll
red.
it. You roll
Love
a
it.
+4 anyway.
well, with my intrusion gives me an additional +1, so it's +5 to this check.
We're gonna have to sit down and have a chat later.
Yeah, hacking is hacking.
Hey, you hit my dice. Don't do that.
Oh, well, I rolled pretty low, but it still came up to a 9. So
All right. Wow, that's incredible. That's 8 points.
If he didn't have the pluses, we'd be in trouble.
Boone, you're
Yeah.
maybe you don't even realize it. You're just driving along, and all of the green lights are happening for you. And like as you look back, you see them. They have to bob and weave between traffic because the traffic picks up right behind you every time. It's miraculous.
This is awesome. I like
oh
driving.
yeah, oh yeah.
Betrayovich, we're back to you.
Okay. And I'm guessing we can't use the same thing twice.
You can use well. What did you do first? You were
did
doing navigation
recon.
for him. You can do that again.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
You're navigating through the city now. A lot more traffic and pedestrians. I am not rolling very well at all.
That's fine.
We appreciate it.
Push.
Oh, that's a tie, boys. A brief round of combat breaks out. Roll initiative.
Wait, or is that for all of us? Or
Everybody. Yep.
do we have to do
5 for
Yeah.
Laura.
you said
It's-
interdesk?
It's
Or-
dexterity plus if you
That's
have any
sensitive.
athletics dex, you can add that. Or you can use int. You can also roll int.
Yeah,
You
on
can roll
your
I do int.
on your Google sheet, if you go to combat and equipment, top right, it'll show you your initiative DM, and then if you want to use it, your tactics or leadership, you can use those 2 stats as well. If
I will use. I can use leadership actually.
Oh, combat.
So leadership. Leadership int would be +2, I think.
It
Here we go. Yep. Okay.
on your
What? Am I on the wrong one?
on your spreadsheet. It'll have the numbers there.
Oh,
We'll have
initiative
initiative
is-
and leadership dice modifiers.
yeah,
okay. There we go. +1.
And a bunch of quick draws here.
All right. In whatever order you would like, Taz, Daz, and Anna. These men are you're driving through the city, but this time they actually get a bit of a gain on you. As they pull up behind you, they close the distance close enough for about 5 of them to start leaning out their windows and start opening up on you with rifles. Bullets start flying through the air. Whoever would like to go first may.
I do not have any ranged weapons.
You're fine to also skip your turn if you'd like. This is 1 round of combat.
Okay.
Cool.
So I would say that someone else should go, and I will focus on driving and not crashing.
All right. Let's see.
Well, I will fire with my stun rifle then.
Do it.
Yeah, I'm
You get a -1 modifier for being in a fast-moving vehicle.
okay. And then I have, which
And then he
is
has
all
a bunch of other modifiers.
yeah, which is offset by my laser, so it's my
I'm just letting you know.
okay.
Mhm.
Thank you. So
And we can do
believe
the plus
that's-
and minus on there for you to just see it. Does that work?
Well, you didn't roll. You didn't add your modifiers.
I think I did.
No, you didn't. You rolled
Yeah.
2d6 -1.
You did 2d6 -1. Didn't you need a plus something as well?
On the spreadsheet it shows for the attack a -1 with the stun rifle. And
What about your modifiers? You got a laser die, a laser sight.
Yeah,
didn't you?
which is a +1, and
Okay,
then the
so that's a
-1
2d6.
from being in a vehicle.
No, that's not how that works. Do you have gun
No?
combat 0?
Yes.
What's your gun combat energy?
I just have gun combat 0.
Okay, so that's 0. So you roll a 2d6. Your laser
Mhm.
sight gives you a +1, and then the
Okay.
modifier gives you a -1. So you're back at 0.
Okay.
You made a
do I?
7.
So you got
Do
a
I
7.
get? Okay. Do I add dexterity to that?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. The spreadsheet
Guys,
gave
look
me a
up the,
wrong
look up the
number.
combat book.
Yeah, if you go to the
I
combat-
was, but stop. I
Okay.
did look it up, but then I went, oh well, the spreadsheet's supposed to calculate it. The spreadsheet's not calculating it right.
Yeah, just read the book.
Okay.
Yep.
So you got a 7.
Sorry. Let me think. It's +2 +1 is 3. It should be actually be 3 above that
3 above.
because it should be a 2d6 +2
2d6 plus
because
2
it's
minus
+2
1.
from dexterity, +1 from laser sight, -1 for being in the vehicle.
Okay, so you're ahead. Okay, cool.
We need
Go
to
ahead
roll
and roll
damage.
damage.
Okay. Jeez. Wrong. And I'll add one more because it's supposed to be a 3 and I hit the wrong one. Ooh.
You got an 11.
Yes.
So, all right. You lean out of the car and fire your stun rifle again. One of them, they saw their buddy get shot out of the window before, so they freak out and kind of take a little bit more cover. But they're still firing after you. Todd, you fire back, and one of them hits one of the guys in the shoulder. While he has to recoil back in pain, you see him convulsing in his seat. He's not stunned, but that hurt him pretty bad. All right, Anna and Daz. Foon.
Okay.
I was gonna focus on driving because I
that's
don't
fine.
have any ranged weapons.
Okay,
that's
so
They're
we'll,
with-
we'll skip Anna.
And they're within my stunner range, 20 or phaser range.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, not too bad.
That's a hit.
All right. -3. Roll 3d6 minus 10. Okay.
Any damage. Similarly, you guys are firing back with energy weapons. You know, bullets are flying past you, and you guys are sending back shockwaves of like blue light. You know, one guy got stunned, fell out, and probably broke his neck. The other guy's convulsing in pain in the driver's seat of one of the cars, or the passenger seat of one of the cars. Daz, you're firing backwards, and you force one of them back into the vehicle. So you managed to take out 2 of them, the active threats. So 3 of them are going to fire back.
Good joy.
Hamish, you take a shot. Miss. LeBlanc, you take a shot. Miss. And who else do I want to shoot? Probably the driver.
Oh,
You take a shot. Foon, a bullet skids past over Laura and the woman's head. And you are going to take...
don't they have to get through my armor and stuff?
Mm-hmm. So you take 10 damage. What's your armor?
It's my armor. My armor is 11.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Claw Diplo.
You take a
Lord.
very nasty shot to the back, and the bullet lodges in the back of your clothing, kind of sticking out, and it hurts. It hurts like a bitch. But you're all right.
Hell yeah.
Good job.
Diplomatic to the rescue.
All right. Petrojevich.
Are they close enough for pistol range?
What's the pistol range?
20?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So...
Does this do anything to my armor, by the way? Sorry to...
No.
No?
You did
So
say
it's-
we're -1 for the speeds we're at?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nice
Ooh,
shot.
nice.
Huge, huge.
So remember, when you do damage, you add your effect. So you got an effect of 4 there. You know
Okay.
that?
So this is going to be 6 plus 1 instead of -3.
Eight. All right.
That's
What are
12,
you shooting
right?
with? A pistol? Slug
Yes.
weapon? All right.
No, that's the phaser.
Oh, you're hitting with a phaser?
Yep.
Okay. And you need to add a +4 to that, the damage.
I did. The damage is 3d -3. So
Oh, okay,
the 3d
okay, gotcha,
plus
gotcha. All right. These guys are wearing armor that gives them about +4. So as they, one of them is, trying to lean back out and open fire on you. You catch him pretty good. The shot hits him. It grazes along his abdomen on the side and rips out a decent chunk of flesh, causing a little bit of a hole. You hear him screaming in agony. This rapid gunfight breaks out on the streets of Leander as you're driving by. People are stopping to stare. Shops are like closing their doors and windows, hearing you coming. People are just jumping out of the way. Ren, doing anything?
Yeah, during the firefight, which isn't like... Laura doesn't know what fear is. So, one question is going through Laura's mind, which is, who the fuck is this woman? So I'm gonna, get a really good look at her face, or try as best as I can in
She
a
looks up and
jostling
goes,
vehicle.
Would you happen to have a cigarette?
But I want to use my turn... I'm gonna use my turn to fucking do database search, government, pull I guess there is no local PD. like news, anything that has this woman's face on it. I'm gonna try and find it.
What do you want to roll?
I
Sounds
guess
like
just
investigation or something like that.
could be
Something with a
electronics,
plus 25.
computers.
Just to be clear, you have no guns or offensive capability.
I have I have a gun.
He doesn't have to shoot. He can do whatever he wants.
Just checking.
It is a -3 because I have no firearm.
Okay,
I have
it's
no
cool.
offensive capabilities. I'm an intel gatherer.
Basically,
No,
I
he
only
serves a
went
very important function. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, just wait until I have like orbital satellites and we have
No problem. I was
Infinite
just double
reconnaissance.
checking. Curious.
Sorry about that.
This is
Anna. I
a-
didn't mean to cut you off there.
yeah.
What'd you say? Ryan?
This is a wizard build. What would electronics computers work? I'm just like going through databases trying to find any cross reference.
Databases. I don't
I
know.
can do
about that.
investigation.
What databases are there to connect to, really? Like right now.
It's 6 seconds of combat.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
well, she's a
do
computer.
it.
You know how computers like really work fast? You probably
Yeah.
process that information much faster than you could.
If there are databases, just news. I'm sure.
Yeah. Okay. So like
without
connecting to
PD
the
to-
global like internet and trying to see if there's any information about this woman.
Yeah.
Okay. Electronic computers. That's fine. Let's do it.
Awesome, wonderful. +4. 12 total.
Wow. So, this woman actually did appear in an image about 8 years ago. She was involved in a court case where she was called as a witness. She has absolute perfect recall. So she was able to, essentially, her story is that she was sold as, from her parents to the gangs. And some of these gangs on the planet, they're unsavory, drug dealers and pushers and the like. And the other gangs will kind of enlist the help and convict these gangs, and with evidence and proof, they will then crush these people, typically in a bombastic, explosive fashion. She dropped off about, a couple of months after this court case, and there's not much about her, although,
Ask
she's
her
at
about
least
the
known.
pirates.
Essentially, the story is she was sold.
Okay, so she's more or less like a professional witness.
Not a professional witness. She was a witness once, and they used the perfect recall against the gang that she was currently with. They let her go.
And she's
She
currently
left,
in-
and now she's back doing the same old shit.
And she's like
Okay.
a slave, or is she like with the gang?
No computer's
Yeah.
gonna tell you that.
Yeah, yeah. That's my turn.
Great. Out of combat. We're back to the chase. I think we left off at 8 points. So
Yes, I think-
who rolled that? Who rolled that last? That got us into combat.
I think it was Petro.
Petra.
All right. Anna, Foon, we're back to you. You're muted. Are you there?
I'm still driving.
Okay. You wanna make another driving check?
Muted.
Make another
Wanna
driving
do a
check.
driving check? Same thing as before with dexterity. I don't want it to be this.
Same roll.
Oh God.
It's a minus roll for me.
Still barely doing it. You're all right.
Okay.
Very good,
I'm
very
done.
good, very good. So, you are just cruising along, and the dock is in sight now. You're on a long stretch of road, like palm trees on the other side, bobbing and weaving through traffic, and the cars are trying their best to keep up with you, but you're putting in a pretty good, decent amount of distance. And Daz, Hamish,
How close are they?
probably within 20 meters.
Okay. These cars are electric, aren't they?
No.
No? They're
Well,
internal combustion.
I don't know.
He's afraid because Laura. If he says they're electric, I go, oh, I hacked the car. Yes.
I can't do that. No, this is an old-fashioned kind of town. You know what I mean?
I'll just shoot for the engine. See if by chance I can knock something offline.
Go for it. No dice, Hamish.
Well,
Oh.
You you lean up and fire a shot. This prompts one of the goons to fire a shot back at you, and this shot kind of like rebounds off of the bottom of the car and hits a part under the tire, and now the tire is making this awful screeching sound in your car.
great.
LeBlanc.
Shoot with the laser. I mean, with the stunner.
All right, do
Shoot
it.
to kill. Shoot to kill.
Snake eyes. Or not snake eyes. The reverse of snake eyes.
Yeah.
Don't tread on Snake. That adds 2 points, which brings you to 10, which is your goal. Nice shot, man. What do you do?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Take out the driver.
Yeah, I presume I took out the driver.
Well, you
so
tell
they're
me
not
if you want to
chasing
do
us.
something cool or not. But yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, I hit the engine, which seizes up and falls through the bottom of the car, causing the car to come to a sudden cinematic stop that flips it in midair, so it ends up flat on the street, facing back the way it came and blocking the street.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear when I say, what do you do? Good job.
Ah.
Take a point of luck for that.
Woohoo!
All right. That's a good shit right there. All
All
right.
right,
So,
so we're supposed to be descriptive like that. Great.
yes, I would love that. All right. Nice job. The car flips over, and the other car kind of has to skid to a stop behind it. People are like gathering around it, staring at it. You pull up towards the dock that heads out towards the island, has a table on it. They, for the moment, leave you be. End event.
Okay. And escort her out of the car, take our stuff, and scurry.
So is that a no on the cigarette?
Does anybody hear smoke?
No.
Sorry, I
Laura?
do not carry nicotine on me.
I'm
Long
not.
day.
She might not want nicotine.
You just need a nice cup of tea.
Mm.
Would you?
The or the dock, the tourist dock, essentially. It's fairly crowded. A lot of people leaving out on luxury cruises or heading off to different islands around the planet.
Do we want to ask her if this is where she wishes to actually be going? I know we hustled her around, but I'm gonna ask her if this is where she actually wishes to be going.
Mm-hmm. Well,
And if she had a particular place that she wanted to be going instead.
a particular place I want to go?
Yes,
Anywhere. Anywhere but here.
that's useful. And
Maybe you don't understand. I mean, I want to get on a ship. Sail off somewhere that isn't this planet. They're just going to take me at the government building anyway and make me do the same thing.
the perfect recall.
Hmm.
I'll never forget your faces. Or anyone's.
Do you have a
Right.
designation? A name?
Monique. So,
We should ask her
Well.
about pirates. See if she recalls them. The
Somebody.
people the strange whatever place that we were trying to
What?
ship that we were trying to track down.
Hmm? Gosh, she's not going to know that.
Why not? Don't
she's
know
a
if you
planet
don't
dweller.
ask.
She's not going to know that. She'll tell you as much as you ask her.
Okay.
DM, how much was from the manifest? We had our ship fare paid for. How much is that?
Are you going to see if you can offer a position to come with us?
I don't know, probably like 500 credits, 1,000 credits, something like that.
We can totally do that.
We do certainly have the means to get you off world.
Really? Why? Why would you do that? Why are you doing any of this?
He'll give us
Bad
credit.
life choices.
I'll look to Foon, who is the morality to my intelligence.
You say bad life choice, and she goes, "Oh yeah, I can relate."
I'll go over and buy tickets for everybody on the boat going to the table.
I'll look at Monique. Well, I pulled some information on your history on this planet, very brief. But as someone, gesturing to Laura's self, as someone who is seen nevermore as anything other than property, I understand living a life, being wanted and sought after.
Your friend is buying boat tickets.
Mm-hmm. And once I get them, I'll have come back. Are there any like tourists coming this way, going on tours, whatever?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
It's a busy dock. Tourist season.
Walk up, find a tourist group, walk up and hand our tickets to them. Say, oh, we can't go. Here, take them. Your lucky day.
Wait a second.
Huh?
I'm so confused. I think he's trying to lay a false trail.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So he's trying to lay a false trail in order to help us speak the girl back up towards the ship with us.
You're gonna want to figure this out quick. They're still on your trail.
I will send communications to the table, just like a receptionist, whoever, like a call, like a phone, just putting a phone call to the table. Hi,
Okay.
this is Laura. I am traveling with a group of other. Stops for a second. Free contractors. We are bringing a Monique to the table to be investigated for a case. We will be there shortly.
Okay.
We need.
Not too long after, someone from the table, the place that you just sent that transmission, tries to reach back out to you to return the call.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take it.
Hello?
Nice and quick.
Hello. Who is this?
Hi, I am the Learning and Research Artificial Intelligence Automaton, otherwise known as Laura.
Is this a spam call?
Yep.
I am making this call on behalf of an Aslan purveyor of mine, known as Foon.
Speak to representative.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. This transmission sent something about Monique. Is that what?
A woman with perfect recall.
Yes.
She has information regarding a case.
Yes. Absolutely. What? How do you know this? What happened to the agent?
The agent passed away sadly in a intense firefight, and we were the contractors that were taken up in their stead to deliver Monique.
And you're coming?
Yes, we are on our way. Absolutely, 100%. No lies. I cannot lie. I'm a robot.
We'll be expecting you at the dock.
Mm-hmm.
We will be there.
I thought we were leaving.
Laura's just helping with the false trail.
Okay, so that's to form a false trail.
Except now they know who we are.
Yeah.
We need to disappear.
Laura is.
I know Laura is. One, we need to disappear into the crowd. We need to not be standing around discussing things.
We're gonna be looking for a robot, so let's disperse into the crowd and go onwards. And I'm sorry.
So, Let's
Okay.
make who's the stealthiest boy here, or girl?
I think I might be.
What's your stealth at?
So my stealth is 1, and then I also get a 1 modifier for being a Oh wait, no. Yeah.
My
I get
stealth is 2
Oh.
with
Okay.
a dexterity
Times
bonus
1.
of.
So designate a main roller, and anybody who would like to help can also roll their stealth, or something else if you have a better idea.
Alright.
And then you add the effect to the leader's roll, who then rolls after everybody
Okay.
else. Okay?
Just a question on the stealth one. For what would we be using? Would it be the plus like strength or the turrets or what?
You can use Dex,
Dex. Damn it.
or
Okay.
you're trying to lead a group. I'll allow intelligence this time,
Intelligence. Okay.
as you're trying to stealthily lead the group out of the dock area.
I guess
So-
I can put out an idea. I don't know if this would work, DM. Laura is going to randomly generate like just locations within the city that are up to like I want to say like 60 like they have to be 60 kilometers away from us. And I'm going to start sending out false reports just over the web about sightings of Monique, because everyone's looking for this woman and probably knows what she looks like.
All right.
Just false reports of Monique sightings all over the city.
This is all going to take place in the next 10 or less minutes. I'm not sure about that one.
Okay.
Pod, what is your dice modifier on stealth? I'd have a +2.
I have a +4, 2 from
So
the
why don't you be
skill and.
the major one and I
Okay.
do assistant?
Okay.
Anybody
And so
else
it's-
can roll if they'd like, but
Oh.
keep in mind that a negative effect also applies.
Oh.
You can
Do we
help or
not
hurt
want you-
your leader.
Do you not want me to help you, Todd? Because you have a
You can-
+4.
You
I
can
only-
help. I don't
Sure.
care.
Okay, I'll try to help.
Andrew adds +2. Dad adds +6. Anna adds +1.
Okay.
I don't think you're gonna fail this, dude.
So +2, +6, +1.
Yup. +9. Like
Glad that wasn't a
Ghost.
1 and a 1.
I need Metal Gear. Like, god damn, I need Metal Gear music. Like Ghosts. Todd, you're an agent. You're experienced, man. You've got Foon, your partner, helping you out. Everybody around here are seasoned criminals or robots. So, yeah, you like Ghosts. You guys are gone. You identify the side doors pretty quickly. You move through the crowd, and you can even look back and see a couple of the goons coming into the dock, looking around. But you're gone. You are ghosts. Monique follows behind you as you lead out, disappearing into the city of Leander, going somewhere.
We should ask her to places that we should avoid so that she is less recognizable.
I don't think she's going to be able to answer any questions intelligently that aren't directly memory related.
I mean, we could take her to. I don't know if that would be a great idea. I've not been doing amazing risk assessment as of late, but we could take her to Highport. Get her off world.
Oh, we're gonna so be persona non grata.
You could buy her a ticket to the merchant liner you're on.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm thinking as a player to the rest of the group. My idea is we buy her a ticket out of the funds the agent gave us. We keep the rest, and we basically offer to get her off planet, and she's on her own.
We keep the rest. We're not
Can
going
live
to give
with
her
that.
any more. But we're going to make ourselves person non grata with the other group.
Oh yeah.
So we're now non grata with 2 groups. Okay.
And my thought is, as far as my help went, I holstered my stunner, so now I look like an off-worlder. I'm not involved in any of this, and I help cover Todd and Monique getting away by splitting off from the group, at least momentarily. Maybe get in the way of someone if I can, as I'm heading back to a taxi and then heading back to the ship.
Why? Don't
Or-
split the party for nothing.
Yeah.
Just never do that. Never separate if you can. Stay together.
Yeah.
Unless you have a specific purpose that's going to take you 5 to 10 to 15 minutes to do, and then you're back to the party. Don't split for hours at a time.
I don't think we should split. I was just thinking, like,
No.
so we're planning to
We've already-
give her, like, give her enough to buy for fare off of here and send her on her way with, like,
Best wishes.
best wishes.
Yeah.
We take most of the rest of the money.
Oh yeah.
That seems so
Wrong.
honorable.
Unhonorable? No, unhonorable would be to take her and then sell her to the people that were chasing us.
No, that is that too. But I'm just saying that
Well,
I feel like we should give them at
might
least
be
half of the
profitable.
cut. But then again,
Well-
I don't handle the money, so I wouldn't know what happens with it.
So, are we in agreement?
We
Is
need-
that what you're doing?
We're apparently going to buy her a ship ticket and take her to Highport and send her upon her way. Help her disguise herself, maybe?
Okay.
That'll be interesting.
It's really no big deal. If you decide to do that, you left those guys in the dust. They don't know where you are. They're probably on a boat right now. As you head back up towards the low port, you can take a shuttle easily enough up to the high port where it's still as busy as ever. And Monique is sitting, in the shuttle and is looking at you like, you're really going to do this? You're not going to sell me
Evidently.
back to them or something?
No. I'll
Apparently not.
check her. I know she did get slightly injured. I'll check her. Make sure she doesn't have a concussion or anything like that.
She's fine. She's
I
got a little bit
I
of a scrape
checked
on
her
her
earlier.
Todd did that
Okay.
earlier. You guys are just interested because she's a girl.
Head. She's a very attractive woman,
Got her.
let's be fair.
Yeah, she smokes.
Damn.
Oh, dude.
All right. She sits back and crosses her arms, but she's like, I suppose I owe you one. Thank you. This is more kindness than I expected.
I don't know how much cash they're giving you, so I'm just gonna.
That's true. You could strip me of everything I have and set me sail to some far-off independent world.
Mhm.
But I suppose I'll trust you enough not to do that. We've got so far. In the
Alright.
high port, the bustle and hustle, and what are you guys doing?
I'll look at the guys and hold the little credit stick the guy had given and say, what way?
Core word.
What? Okay. Somebody read the map better than me?
Core word is galactic north.
Yeah. it's
Paladin
just-
unbound.
Okay.
Tell it on.
Sorry, thank you.
Oh.
I was lost. Forward. Okay.
Yeah, core word is up. Like back towards Caledon, yeah,
Yeah.
is where she's wanting to go.
Send her to Caledon. It's a nice place.
Okay. So it's what, 1,000? How much is it to get her?
Let's call it
Gone.
1,000. Yeah.
We're gonna do
Okay.
1,000 and then we give her 1,000.
I was going to slide her 2,000
Oh.
so she has at least something. Well,
She's very pretty.
I,
yeah. She smokes. That's why she gets the extra 1,000. Cigarettes are expensive.
She
They are
needs a
expensive.
domain in the lifestyle, yeah.
Yeah, she immediately walks over to a stall and buys herself a pack. Thank you. For everything, I mean it. Maybe I'll see you around. somewhere out there.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
She gives you
We
the
wanna-
first smile she's done all day. First time you've seen her smile. She's a very pretty woman. And then she turns her back to you and walks off to buy her ticket and make her way.
And so we're down by 3,500.
Yeah.
This is out of character.
I'll say this out of character, Laura. We'll talk about it in character. Do we want to open like a party fund that's like accessible to everybody?
Probably should.
Fine with
Okay.
me.
That is fine with
Yeah.
me. I assume we were already doing it since this is my clan.
You were.
Well-
It's called Laura.
It's called Laura.
Sure, Laura will quickly open a joint bank account between all these
I also have a
weirdos.
banking functionality.
That's right. We let her
Very,
take
very
broker.
important robot.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you about the interest protocol.
God.
If you ever need an alias, might I suggest Vera? Very important robot agent.
Mm.
If I choose to change my designation, I will most certainly use that.
So, we've got about 25 minutes. I'll wrap up whatever we want to do. That was that. You've got about 3 more days left on the planet. It's starting to become evening now. So,
okay.
1 night and 3 days.
Really quick
Mental-
question: How much? So we gave her 3,000. So that's
Yeah.
3,500.
3,500. So that's 16,500 going into the party fund from that dude.
Okay.
I was just checking with everybody.
In the future, perhaps I should drive.
Hey, I managed.
Yeah, and Foon should bring a gun. So I'll lend Foon my.
No, Foon can't shoot.
Oh,
I can't
Yeah.
shoot.
No, like I have really bad negatives to shooting. The only thing I can shoot probably is our grenade launcher.
you could have brought it here, I believe.
Probably.
I only brought 1 grenade with me, and my sword.
Okay.
I made it through. Stop
Yep.
complaining.
Not complaining. Not complaining.
You didn't crash your car once.
Yeah.
Not once.
God, I hope
You didn't
we
even
bought
kill any
the extra
pedestrians.
insurance. Wow.
I'd say that was pretty successful.
Yep.
Hmm.
See, you backseat drive even here.
I'm a
right.
horrible, horrible passenger in both.
All right. Let's see. Most of the stuff that I think we would want was my person. Foon is still hungry and still wants to go get
You
food.
still didn't get dinner. It's been a little bit.
Let's eat on the station and call it a
Yeah,
night.
let's eat on the station.
We
And so that
grabbed
we can
some
arm up
basic
for the next
non-Duncinae food. It's like Space
Mhm.
McDonald's. No, I'm just kidding.
Space McDonald's.
It's like that. It's like the end of Avengers. Like, you guys want to go get shawarma?
Shawarma. Yeah.
Shawarma, yeah.
Okay. So, you guys have free reign to explore the planet, sail around, go on cruises, shop, do whatever you want. We don't have to go into detail. If there's anything specific you want to talk about or do, that's fine. But we're just kind of wrapping up the session. So, I have one more scene planned whenever we're done doing whatever we want to do. But is there anything else?
Nope. Foon is just looking for food.
The cuisine on the planet is excellent. Very,
But
very
but fresh
seafood
killed
flair.
meat. Okay, fresh killed seafood is acceptable.
They have some other meats, but you know, it's a pirate planet. They eat fish and rum. Mm.
Ooh.
I have a feeling some other people are gonna do crows.
Hmm.
Right.
So, anything left to do? Any thoughts?
We opened a
No, I'm
joint
good.
bank account. I think we're good.
Okay.
Hmm.
Where is the joint bank account going to be recorded?
I can take care of it. Yeah.
Mhm.
Spreadsheet wizard.
I am. Yeah.
Hmm,
Laura's the piggy bank. I can keep track of it. 16,500.
I'm a little nervous about that.
I mean, I can make a shared sheet where
Yeah, why don't we
it's
put a
stored.
shared sheet somewhere? With the
Share
character
sheet, or
stuff.
we could just make a Discord as well. Just a, party group fund, and when you make a purchase out of it, you write down the amount and what you did, and then the new total.
Oh, cool.
That would help.
There.
That would be easy.
That's
Yeah.
easier. Why don't we
Yeah.
do that?
So what's,
I mean, I'm
what's
not
the
gonna-
total right now?
16,500.
Okay, so if somebody spends any of that, they would write down the amount they spent, what they bought, and the new total.
Okay.
Great.
Works.
Based.
Perfect.
I like that. It's easy to track too.
Yeah. That makes me feel better about everything.
It's all visible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you
We need to
spend the
put, like,
days.
where-
Sorry, Anna. What?
Do we need to put where we got the price and all that stuff too?
As long as it's something from one of the books, it's whatever. You could.
Okay.
You spend the days whiling away, enjoying Duncinae, going on whatever trips you want, and lounging on the beach, eating all the food, scaring the locals.
Rawr.
You'll see
But
that the
being
culture
polite.
around here, like, there's a lot of, little skirmishes like you did. Like, what you did actually wasn't out of character for this town. You might be sitting around enjoying lunch one day, and a guy on a motorcycle is driving by, firing back a machine gun at a couple of guys that are chasing after him, and nobody even bats an eye. It's just that kind of town. It's their way. Well, one night, as you're moving around the streets, you're approached, and maybe you're kind of in like some kind of red light district. It's dark at night, and the streets are lit up by lanterns and hanging torches. People are kind of moving about, but it's sparsely populated, and you're just maybe out for a night on the town. A man in a suit and a scarf draped around his neck. He's balding. He's got like a bald spot on the top of his head. He's a little short and got a very plain face, and he's flanked by two thugs that look vaguely familiar. And he's just standing in the middle of the street, walking towards you until eventually he stops, and he says, "This them?" "Yeah." "How you doing? Pleasant night, isn't it?"
Yes.
Can we help you?
My name is Cyan McLaren. I'm you could call me a fixer. I get things done around here. I heard about what you pulled on the, I need a name for them, I didn't think of that. The gang, I heard what you pulled with that Monique girl. Why'd you do
I
it?
don't know what you're referring to.
Of course you don't. Why'd you do it?
It was the honorable thing to do.
Out of the kindness of your hearts, then? And you can see his lip kind of curls.
Those
You
that
never-
have no honor know no honor.
True enough. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a little paper card, hands it out to one of you.
Foon will take it and give it to Laura and say,
Laura.
"Analyze."
He smiles. He just smiles and doesn't break eye contact with you. He doesn't even look at the robot.
I smile back.
A brief, very uncomfortable silence passes as Laura takes a look at the card.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
What's it say, Laura?
Cyan McLaren with a little silver slash underneath.
I noticed how useful this information is.
Like I said, I'm a man who gets things done. So if you're ever in the area and you're looking for a little money, give me a call. I like what you did. It's pretty funny.
Thank you. It's always nice to make new acquaintances.
Enjoy your night.
I don't
And he
know why that's
walks off.
funny.
Wow.
I would say we made 2 new contacts. Whether they like us or not, I do not.
Yeah. That is a good question.
I was laughing too hard, but I wonder if he does anything on Vincent.
Mm.
Should have asked him if he knew about the other.
I was
people.
laughing too hard.
With that, the final day on Duncinae arrives. You can head back up to the high port, join the Maddie for its voyage back to or towards Vincent.
Mm.
This trip.
Yeah, we have one more jump spot, right? And then
That's
Jump to Vincent.
2 more jumps, actually.
2 more jumps. Okay.
So
Sorry.
another 2 more weeks.
We can choose what we're studying again.
Correct. Just keep track of what you're applying it to, you know? So
Right.
like,
Well, I just
you
assume
can't
we have
do
one.
8 you can't do 8 weeks and then say, "Oh, I'm going to do this." It applies towards something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
I
the
did 2 more weeks
on the
for epic
spreadsheet,
poetry.
there's a study period
Ah.
Cool.
section listed right across
There it
from
is.
your characteristics.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have 2 more weeks, that gives me 6 weeks in Breaker.
Very cool. Vincent is not far away, and in these 2 weeks they pass by fairly quickly and uneventful.
I try to make friends with the guy that we had for or that I distracted when we were trying to look at the.
Oh yeah, he would love. He's actually, in the time that you guys spent away, he wrote his own bad poetry.
I have
and
a bad poetry buddy.
he
Read
rolled-
it to us.
He got a 1. So it's
Oh,
he got a -7 effect. He gathers the whole party up because he assumes that you're all interested. And he gathers you in the common room along with a few other people, and he has a few notes in front of him, and he's like, you know, you're just doing this for fun, and he is reading it, and oh my god, he doesn't stop. He's got a lot of it. It's very thick. It's like he's reading an essay, and it's just he doesn't stop, and it's the worst thing you've ever heard.
Laura will switch off her auditory sensors.
You lucky robot.
It's a goddamn disaster, and it would be funny, but you gotta force it to be funny. You know what I mean? Like it's not even fun to laugh at.
well, Foon will be sitting there analyzing it, trying to figure out why it didn't work, why it could have worked better, and what he was missing.
That's honorable because about halfway through, people are either passed out or leaving.
Mhm.
And that's just kind of what a common night aboard the Maddie is. You know what I mean? That's just how they entertain themselves.
All right.
So, those 2 weeks pass by in a flash. Next session, we will pick up on Vincent, where we explore the mystery of the strange journey and find a way to get to Ia.
Hmm. That'll be fun.
So
Works.
for study period, you put the skill that you're putting in, and then you put like 6 weeks complete, and the study period's complete is right.
At 8, you can roll for like a 0 or a 1, I think, but it goes up above that. We gotta read the book again. Make sure.
All right. When I get to the rolling, we'll roll it.
Yeah.
And you'll tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay, Ren asks, what exactly does XP do? Here's what XP does. Any skill that you used during this session, you can apply an experience point to. So if we look in the homebrew rules page in the Discord, you can see there's a gaining skills table. So if you want to gain a skill at level 0 or level 1, you could spend the experience point that you gained this session to do that.
But
Or
only
if you want to
you
apply
try
it towards another skill, so like if you're trying to get a rank 2 to a rank 3, then you would take this one experience point that you have and apply that and burn it. So now you need to spend 3 to get that skill. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So keep track of what you spend it on. And again, it has to be something that you used this session. It can't be anything random. It has to be something you used.
So I could apply 1 XP to my recon skill.
Yeah, so what's your recon skill at right now?
0.
So you could raise that to 1 right now.
I will absolutely do that.
So if I did it on drive, I would have to choose whatever vehicle we were using and raise 1 to 1.
Correct.
Correct. And we were using wheeled vehicles, right?
Yeah, is that an option? So
Yeah.
drive.
Drive wheel.
And so
Drive
if I have
wheel, yup.
drive, it says drive wheeled.
Yeah, so
Hover,
you could
roll,
add
back, wheels.
you could make that a 1.
Okay.
Mm.
That or if I did persuade was the only other thing, and I already have that as a 1, so that would mean I could burn it somehow.
Yeah, so during the session, I should have said this, but you know, you should keep track of what skills you use so we can do this.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna do drive for now.
You also used carouse.
No, I didn't. I used persuade.
Yeah, she
you
used persuade instead of carouse.
Right, but Foon used carouse to try to get news about Strange Journey when we were looking for.
No, I didn't. I used persuade.
Well,
No, that was when
no.
you were.
it's okay. I recorded the session.
Okay.
Do
Oh,
I
okay.
have everybody's permission to put this on YouTube?
Yeah, I'm down.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll upload that later and then we can find out ourselves.
Interesting.
I'll hold on to my experience point for now.
You can't.
I'm
Yeah,
using it
yeah.
for.
Sorry,
Oh.
you can't hold
What
on
you
to
want.
it. It's not a pool. You have to burn it on something you
Okay.
use.
And where do we record that? Like if I hadn't spent that right away to boost
Anywhere.
my recon.
Just do it like I don't know, campaign notes or something. Anywhere, various
Okay.
notes. Do like you gained 1 experience, you burnt it on this. You can note that you raised it, or you have so many experience points to go to raise this skill. You know,
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So did we get one for this session?
you did,
Okay.
and yeah.
Okay, campaign notes.
Yeah, some of you check your GM chats.
Gotcha.
I must have missed something.
It's all good.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it. Guys, thank you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. That was
you.
fun.
That was
Running
fun.
good.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
Just
Heck
to
yeah.
be clear, when Foon asked the patron for a place to stay, I could not stop laughing for 5 minutes straight. That's why I was muted. I
I don't know why it's so funny, but
I
okay.
don't know either.
You're a bunch of vagrants, you know that?
Yes.
You're
apparently
like,
we're getting paid.
yeah, okay. Can you like put us up in a hotel too? That'd be cool. It's like, what the fuck? No.
You don't look like my mother.
Alright, can you give us the spelling of the names somewhere so that I can put them in my contacts?
What names? Oh, okay. Sure. You met Monique. Oh shit. Did anybody keep track of the crewmates that I named? Sometimes I just look at the
Yeah.
name generators. Like, you know, I'm gonna be honest
I know the captain.
with you. Yeah,
Captain
he's
Flynn Kennett.
Flynn Kennett. Captain
Captain.
Murdoch.
Cyan McLaren.
Yep.
Fix Duncinae.
Dante Alder. Oh, Dante Alder was a guard.
Dante
Poetry.
Alder.
Oh, Armand or somebody, the man with the black hair.
Oh yeah, the young man, Armand.
Jason, the medic.
Jason, yeah.
Captain Flynn Cabot.
Who? Flynn Kennett.
Flynn Kennett.
That's why I'm glad Anna asked for the names. Wrote down what I thought I heard.
Captain
why I asked for
Murdoch.
them.
Vincent, head captain. We got Captain Digby, infantry leader on Ia. Monique, Flynn, Cyan, Dante, Armand, Murdoch, Captain Digby. I think that's everybody. And there was a medic. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll watch the session again and I'll remember.
Okay.
And you'll just put them up.
Okay. End recording. Thank you all. You're beautiful. Goodbye.